Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. And for some people out there, happy Day de los Muertos. It is November 1st, and that means it is officially the last day of spooky season for many people around the world. And joining me today is Mr. Cream. Nato, how you doing, buddy?
I am honestly, I just saw something, and this might be the greatest day in gaming history. I'm just saying we all knew it was going to happen, but it finally has happened. This is the greatest moment in not only gaming history, human history. We can't top this. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, I have just picked it up here, and in the business, this is what we call foreshadowing. So we'll show this off later in the show, but got this all set up right now and ready to go. And for everyone who doesn't know what the show is, this is called RNG Weekly Recap, where I sit down and show off what we've been playing, what we've been picking up for our collections, and all the latest and greatest in video game news and video game trailers out there for people to be aware and know what is going on this week in gaming, in case you might have missed it. Every week it feels like it's nothing going on and everything going on all at the same time in gaming. It is a massive industry for a reason, and it's, my favorite hobby in the world. So I always like to bring people on who also enjoy this hobby. So I'd like to start off with you, Cream. What have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing this week? A lot of Red Sec. A lot.
So that is the Battlefield Battle Royale, right?
Yes, yeah. The free-to-play Battlefield Battle Royale. It's better than Warzone. It's still not like the best, but I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to Battlefield. I played 2042 pretty heavily, even though I hated the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of I had a lot of hours in that this week. Way too many. And a little bit in MLB The Show, because I'm still kind of playing that every once in a while. I like to sprinkle some sports games in there, just to say I played them. Besides that, let me look through my Steam history, because I played a little bit of Jump Space, I think. The one I still wanted to play this week, but I didn't, System Shock, because I got that through Humble.
Oh, nice. The original or the remake?
The remake.
Oh, nice. I heard that one was really good, actually.
That's all I've been hearing about it, but I was going to play it, and then I was like, no, we're going to play Red Sec. I think I might have made a poor decision with that, but, what can you do?
I mean, it happens, it's like, since I've been doing this video game challenge, it's like I have an organized structure of autism that I'm going to go and I'm going to play these games a certain way. And then it all falls apart when real life hits you and you get home from work and you're like an hour into playing a game and you're like falling asleep and like, fucked again. But I had a couple follow-ups to some of your games that you're talking about here. First off, you like Battlefield a lot. Did you ever play the what was it, 2112 back in the day?
I did not. Yeah, that was one I missed. I remember seeing about it afterwards, but when I was little, my dad just had a copy of it. I'm not sure why. But he had a copy of it on PC, so I would go and play. I thought I was playing multiplayer. Never ran into a single person. Didn't realize you have to actually connect the computer to the internet to get multiplayer. So 4-year-old me was just like shooting at walls in fucking France or some shit. But ever since then, I was a big fan. I kind of went away from the series for a while because I was just too young, and my parents aren't going to buy me a fucking Battlefield game when you're like 8.
Right.
That's not the best move. I came back at Battlefield 3 because then I was like older, and my parents were like, all right, we'll buy you GTA and stuff. And since then, I've played basically every single one except for Hardline and 5.
Yeah, I was never into the whole Battlefield series, but I just remember watching a review for it back in the day. And I was like, this looks fucking awesome. And it was only PC at the time. Well, it never went to anywhere else. It was just PC. And we didn't have the money to have that nice PC to play it. So never got to play it. So that's why I was curious if you ever did.
Well, let's hope GOG puts it up there. That would be cool.
That would be cool, especially because I would want to know if it matched my boyhood vision of how cool that game would be, you know?
I know Moss friend, mutual friend Nosmir, he fucking loves that game. He loves it, absolutely loves it.
We miss you, Nos. Come back to me.
He's having his gender reassignment surgery.
I know. Come back to me into my arms. Now we could finally be in love with each other.
Wild. That's wild.
So second thing I have to bring up too is like, did you get into the MLB bug because of the Jays?
No, I was kind of play. I kind of play a little bit of it all the time. Just because I like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a little bit of it was, I guess, like, oh yeah, I'll pick it up again. Jays are doing well. We'll see tonight, but Jays are doing pretty well. So a little bit of that was like, yeah, I'll go and check it out and play it a bit more. And it's all right. Like it's not much different from last year's game or the year before that. So
as all sports games are, they're to me like when I want to know your opinion on it. But when I play a sports game like Madden or NHL, for me, it's like it's just my power fantasy. You know, I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty. I'm trading away my players. Oh, are we all good? Are we still alive? Can you hear me?
Yep, we're good. We're good on my end.
Oh, I don't. Computer just fucking reset itself for no reason.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's what happened. I thought my internet went out because I was like, that's why I was looking down at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, so I pressed the reload on my end, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, it must have been Restream had a aneurysm and died.
Yeah.
They don't like us talking about MLB the show. They're fed up with it.
Yeah, I gotta figure out some real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing a bad echo. There we go. Like, luckily everything fucking restored itself to the previous point, so I have all my stuff ready to go here. But I'm just like, oh Nelly, oh my goodness. Yeah. I was gonna freak out. I was like, I have like. For everyone who doesn't know, I have like 13 tabs open, 22 tabs open of fucking news that I spent like half an hour just reopening in my show notes. And I was going to be like, oh no, do I have to fucking redo all that again at least?
Reopen every fucking tab. Just sit there for like 10 minutes opening tabs.
Yeah, so luckily, no, we don't have that there. But apparently just duplicated some stuff and just got to bring up something one more time here. And we get back to the story. So, as I was saying before, like, sports games for me is just like a power fantasy where I just like build my own ultimate team. I try to turn off the whatchamacallit, the why is my face camera not working now? Fuck.
Well, gotta love streaming software. It always works. Never any problems.
Yeah. Damn it. But yeah, it's stuff like that for me. It's just like the whole building your own sports team and just like I'm the GM now. I'm gonna run this team like I think that should be.
Yeah, I always liked making like really fucked up looking characters. Yeah. And then just making them like absolute units in these games. And like sadly, the new sports games, it's a lot harder to make someone look like just genuinely like sickly deformed. They've kind of reined in the customization, except for the wrestling games, which are just like, I don't know, you want to make a big green alien that looks like a penis? Okay, go ahead, have fun with that. But yeah, my favorite thing in these games was to make someone look very fucked up and then just give them like Ty Cobb stats, like Barry Bonds, Ty Cobb. And the one thing is, because of Shohei, shout out to that Asian guy, they added like two-way players back, so you can be a pitcher and a batter again in those games. And which means you can just be the most dominant human being to ever live. You can just like just pitch perfect games and then like get 4 home runs in a game, and your guy looks only slightly fucked up. So yeah,
Right, exactly.
almost perfect. If I can't make my guy look like a giant green dildo, it's just not the perfect sports games, you know?
Yeah, like I thought the funny thing I would see sometimes on TikTok or like YouTube Shorts, whatever you were scrolling through, but like they would do exactly like you were talking about. They would like name their players like home run hitter Nut Daddy the third or something like that. And it's just like these fucked up looking dudes, and they're just fucking hitting dingers out of the park and shit with this AI voice just talking all this crazy shit. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun with that stuff, and sadly they've all kind of moved away from it, except for the wrestling games, which is weird.
Yeah, which sucks. And Ando says here, making freaks was half the fun in character creators. Even wrestling games are toned down compared to how much freedom they used to give you.
Yeah, yeah. There is one game that allows you all the freedom in the world, and honestly, it's one of my favorite games out there. Fucking Wrestling Empire. I was playing a lot of that this week. Oh, that game's amazing. You can just like throw other wrestlers in front of subway trains and kill them. Like just straight up. Yeah, yeah. At one point, I was live streaming it over on the wrestling channel I have. At one point, our wrestler was wrestling every week on a memorial show for someone he had murdered. And this happened for like 3 months in a row. We racked up like 20 kills by the end of the game. No prison, nothing. We had to pay $1,000 fine for killing one guy.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. If only it was like that in real life, you know, I wouldn't be in the legal trouble I am in now.
Oh man, could you imagine Vince? He would fucking love that. I don't have to pay $1,000, and I never have to pay him again. Speaking of Vince,
we did accidentally shit on the Berserker, so that was interesting.
All right,
yeah, it's a real fun game.
Dude, that's fucking fun. You know, a game actually has a pretty good character creator that lets you have that fucked upness still. Street Fighter 6 actually, I hear, has a really robust create your own character. Yeah, I was watching the Donkey videos, and he just made like the most like stereotypical anime queer that you could come up with to fight people. Like, I'm not lying. You know,
it's pretty good.
The big buff guy and like with the pigtails and the spandex. But yeah, that's the best way I can say it. It's just anime queer. That's the aesthetic.
Yeah. He's anime queer maxing, you would say?
Exactly. So as for me, I've just been playing. I finally finished the bane of my existence, Yakuza 5, I should say. Finally got through that 5-hour endgame cutscene, and I'm not even trying to make that up. That's what it felt like. I spent 3 days trying to get through one massive, overly complicated cutscene with a couple fights in between. So that's finally done. Finally put that into books. Overall, I liked it. But damn, I'm so happy to now be going back to 6, where it's like just one dude instead of 17. That really helps with the pacing, in my opinion. But also, as everyone knows, I've been playing Pokemon ZA as well. Finally fired that up last Sunday and been playing it ever since, mostly. Very good, cozy video game out there. Highly recommended for people who are Pokemon fans. That so far it's been very fun and just a nice little relaxing kind of game. Actually was playing that before we hopped on the show here, but we also did a kind of review cast not a couple days ago. And you also got to hear our friend Mr. Abomination AJ suck the soul out of me as I tried to talk to him about that game. And he's
I'm
a
glad
very
you said soul.
yeah. No, I like it. I love him as a person, but sometimes it's like when you try to have a conversation with him, it's sometimes like, how do I say stuff without and like try to continue this conversation? It feels like I'm chasing my tail sometimes. Great guy though. Go check him out as well. And that's really been about it. Also finally finished Pokemon Moon after 3 months of trying to play that game. Uh, as people may or may not know, I started this year playing Pokemon Yellow. So I'm at the tail end of the 3DS games, and oh boy, am I kind of getting a little Pokemon out here. That's the best way.
Well, I can imagine, especially with the new one. Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a series. I will say this: the only Pokemon game I've ever played, Heart Gold. That's it.
That's the best. It's one of the best ones. A lot of people consider that to be
That's
the
what
best.
people tell me. I mean, I guess I picked up at the right time. I was just like at EB Games. I'm like, I'll take that one.
Yeah, and Ando watches it. That check got a little uncomfortable, to put it nicely. One of those that kept looping into awkward parts. You're right about that. But yeah, no, but that's really been about it for what I've been playing. Kind of been going dabbling here and there. I'll play a mission of Age of Mythology, the retold or remythed or whatever the fuck they call it now. The remake.
Remythed Evolved. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But generally speaking, still liking that. Close to the end of it too. That game has like 40 single player missions for like the main story, so it's kind of long, especially because it's also a RTS game.
Yeah, which means it could be an hour you're playing until you complete the objective, depending on.
It depends on if you're playing like an asshole and you're just trying to do the I'm rushing the objective, or if you're actually trying to take your time, build your army and stuff. Like there are some levels that like were literally 2 minutes long because I just rushed the objective, and then there's other levels I put like an hour and a half into.
That's just a blitzkrieg tactic. That's all.
I know that's a German in me. It's like we must rush.
Exactly. Yeah. 999.
9-9.
When you're in the match for more than 5 minutes, you just start screaming in the bunker.
And then on top of that too, I've also started Yakuza 6. I got past the opening prologue and kind of got through that, but I haven't gotten too much farther into that, so that's where I will stay for that. Alrighty. Now, with that being said, this week going to show off what we've added to our collection. So, bring this up over here real quick. Ooh. And speaking of Yakuza, we'll get this one out of the way because I do have an unboxing video of these up on the channel if you want to check them out later. But I got my limited run games, Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 0 Collector's Edition. And why does it feel weird on the camera? It's a little off, I guess. But these are just a little collector's editions. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. All that's on the channel if you want to watch that. I'll get that out of the way. Plus, here's the little exclusive slipcase that they give you to put all your physical copies in here. I already own them for PlayStation and some of them for Switch, so I decided let's get the Xbox copies to add those to my physical collection.
That's cool. Did they come with like a steelbook case inside the collector's edition, or just a normal case?
These ones did not come with a steelbook. There was no steelbook edition for that, but they do have steelbook copies of them for the PlayStation original launches. So like Kiwami 2, they got steelbook editions. Yakuza Kiwami 3, they announced that that's going to be getting a steelbook edition, but only in Europe, which kind of sucks.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, Europe kind of gets like a lot of those steelbooks as well. Like Europe and like sometimes Korea and Malaysia, like will get steelbooks like randomly for no reason.
Yeah, that's a weird. Those are like kind of weird markets to do. Like I get Korea, but fucking Malaysia. Like, I guess if that's probably where they're assembling the steelbooks. Not to be like, an off joke, but it's probably. A lot of assembly is in Malaysia, right? So I guess they're like, well, we're building them here. We might as well sell them here.
Yeah, as a steelbook collector, it's like sometimes you'll see like they'll tell you sometimes on the Steelbook where it's been made. Like sometimes it'll be Mexico, the United States, Sweden was one of them, which I thought was weird. Like it was like Sweden, and then obviously you got the China, and then you got the Japan and Korea will pop up. So sometimes they'll print it on there where you can find it, but sometimes they don't do that. But speaking of steelbooks, I did pick up two, and these were actually gifted to me from our mutual friend, Mr. Extra Zero. So I want to give him a
he's
shout
a
out.
cuck.
But these are pretty cool. He gave these to me as a thank you for something I did to him. Did for him.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know. It was a Freudian slip there.
Damn.
But the first one I got, even though this game fucking sucks, this is a pretty cool steelbook, and I've been trying to get it forever. And this was the Marvel steelbook that I think was a pre-order bonus for the game itself.
For the Avengers game?
The Avengers game, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool artwork, though.
I know that's what I mean. The game is no longer available for download or for sale really anywhere else. But he had a spare copy, I think, or he just didn't want it anymore. And this is definitely one that I've been looking for. So this was a nice surprise to add to my collection. So I can't wait to have that. Because even though the game sucked ass, this steelbook goes pretty hard, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like you got the Hulk back there. You got Thor. You got Miss Marvel, which is my favorite character because it's like Mr. Fantastic but worse. Yeah, I mean that's fucking cool. It's too bad the game sucks, but at least that fucking art book is cool.
Yeah, it started out good and then quickly went off the rails towards about like mid game.
Yeah.
Like you could totally tell they wanted to make a single player game, and then Square Enix was like, "We need money," and they didn't make any money.
Yeah, that was a rough game.
And then another steelbook he gave me. This one actually was because I told him my copy got canceled because I ordered it from France, and then they like lost my order. But he was lucky enough to get the Silent Hill F steelbook. From GameStop, and like I said, I ordered my copy from France just so I could guarantee it. But this was given out only at GameStop here in the States. And for anyone who doesn't know, GameStop is very hit or miss about how many steelbooks they get. Sometimes they'll get like 3. Sometimes they'll get like 0. And I used to work at GameStop, so my hookup is like gone now because my store closed that I worked at. But there would be times that I would go in to get my steelbook, and it would be like, write your name down. I will call you when it comes in, and everything else like that, you know?
Yeah. No, that's a really cool art book. I know Extra says he's not enjoying Silent Hill F, but look, listen. First, the Blue Jays have to win before I do that. Then I'm still not going to do that, even if they win. So, but if they win, there's a 0.0, just go down decimals and then throw like a 0.5 in there. Either way, it's still an impossibility that's going to happen. But you will then think it's going to happen, which means you're going to root for my team, which means my team hopefully will win. And then I'll fuck you over. So that's the plan.
Yeah, but let me make this a little bigger first. But yeah, also on top of that too, you can tell the steelbook has like some what's the word? Not etching, but it does have like a texture to it where you can feel like it's like skin or like kind of a dried blood. It's a gooey feel, so that's pretty a nice little detail here. Like all this part here, including down to the little vein and the flowers, it has like a little gooey texture on it.
Yep.
So that's all the steel books right there. A couple more things to pick up. First off, Chronos, The New Dawn, went on sale here in the States by like a $20 discount. Heard nothing but great things about this game from everyone that's played it, and every show that I've listened to recently have said this is probably a surprise game of the year contender for a lot of people that will not be nominated for Game of the Year at all. Mm-hmm. So, they only got the physical version for PlayStation and the Switch, no Xbox, but it is on Xbox and PC as well. So I picked this up. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Why I mean, I guess Xbox has had a bit of a rough week, but still, you would think. I mean, you would at least do a small run of Xbox copies, but none at all.
Yeah, so that's the weird part with physical collecting now for Xbox. Like sometimes like a game you won't expect to get a physical gets a physical. Like we'll talk about later with Monster Hunter Stories. And then like sometimes a game you think would get it doesn't get it at all. But because Bloober Team they have a good relationship with Microsoft, so I don't know.
Well,
But either
they've been on a bit of a run lately. Like last year, they had Silent Hill.
mhm.
This year, Chronos. They got Silent Hill 1 that they're working on. And I've literally heard, just like you, nothing but good things about Chronos. That's a game that I have on my wish list. I'll pick up at some point. It's just there's so many fucking releases to get through.
Yeah, I know,
Only
right?
so much time in the day, you know.
Exactly. And we got Mr. Insidious Bliss saying, "Morning all. Morning to you, Bliss. Hope you're having a good day out there as well." But yeah, this game I can't wait to sink my teeth into after I beat Pokemon. Uh, Speaking of a game I can't wait to sink my teeth into, I ordered these games 2 fucking years ago, by the way. I'm going to say that right now.
Okay.
So,
Wait, did they just get to you after two
yes.
fucking? Oh my lord.
So, you should know this company because you're Canadian. VGP, which is a big physical game retailer out there, 2 years ago put out a thing. If you pre order this game, we'll throw in a free copy of the first game. And 2 years later, they finally released the second game physically, but these games have been out for a while. And that is Tormented Souls 1 and 2.
Okay.
So, 2 years ago, Tormented Souls 2 was announced that they were getting a physical. And part of the promotion was VGP said, "Oh, if you buy the first one, if you buy a second one, we'll throw in the first one for free." And I'm like, that's a good deal. You know, you get two for the price of one, especially physical collecting. Can't say no to that. And then me and my buddy JM waited 2 fucking years for these to finally ship, and luckily they finally did. But I hear these games are really fun, really great Resident Evil like clones. Uh, I haven't played them, but I've heard nothing but good things about them. And I was waiting forever to get my physical copy, so now they finally came in the mail. Uh, I hope they're well worth the wait because 2 years to wait for something, even though I like limited run games products, let me tell you, it's not fun to wait that long for a product.
Yeah. Yeah. I that's long enough for you to completely forget you even bought the thing, right?
Oh yeah, it is. It was a nightmare. Like I forgot about it for so many times. I would check my I'll check my VGP orders just in case, just to double check what I ordered, and then they'll be like always one dated from 2023, and I'm like, what the fuck did I order? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, it was this game. And then got a couple more pickups I'm gonna show off, and then we're gonna get right on with it. Picked up the Outer Worlds 2 physically. I heard really good things about the first one. Heard really good things about the second one. I actually started to play the first one originally when it came out all those years ago, but as I said last night on my show when we covered Doom through the Doom series, I started playing the first one literally 3 days before my wedding. So after that, I got married, went on my honeymoon, and never played it ever again because I forgot I was playing it. So that's what happened with that one. Heard good things about this. I like to have a copy in my collection. So there it is with that.
I really liked the first Outer Worlds. I know a lot of people were kind of down on it because it was a smaller scale game, but like I look, I wasn't expecting it to be Starfield, um, both in quality and in scale. Um, but it was a really fun game. It was really fun, which you know I was expecting kind of something to be similar when I played Avowed, and there were some similarities, but it wasn't as good. So I hope that Outer Worlds 2 is as good as the first one, at least. I think it'll probably be a little bit worse, but it's still hopefully, decent. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's not like a bad game.
right. Well, I've heard nothing about good things about Outer Worlds 2 so far from the people that are playing it. They said it's a improvement of the first one. But Lethal says it out here. Outer Worlds is the definition of mid.
Yeah, but this guy literally is playing Digimon because he's a digicuck. So
He's
I
a digi
mean,
destined, bro. He's a digi
he's
daddy.
literally gonna be playing Fortnite with me later. So at some point, so I don't know what to tell him. That game is fucking mid.
And then the last thing I got here too, I'll show off. This was a pre-order bonus that Zero sent me as well, because he said he has a bunch of these from when he worked at GameStop. But the Metal Gear Solid 4 tactical espionage thing, I think he said this is a making of documentary or something like that. That was a companion with the game from back in the day. So very cool. Don't know really too much about it. I think I might want to check this out, see what it is, get more information, and maybe do like another episode of Legacy Loading to like look at some of this stuff too. Like,
Kojima special.
yeah, because like that's another thing I've been thinking about. I have all these like collector's edition and DVDs and stuff like that. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, these would be kind of fun to kind of just watch these old documentaries and making ofs and just showing people like how these games were made and stuff like that. Because I think it'd be interesting. But that's like a future idea, and that's neither here nor there. But that is all that I have for my pickups for this week. And now we can get into the news cycle, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty. So let me share my first screen here. It is currently the month of November. So let's go over the biggest games and stuff that's going to be releasing for the month of November. And coming out this month so far, we got Tavern Keeper, Age of Empires 4, Europa Universals 5, Football Manager 26, Satisfactorum coming to the consoles, Bipedal 2. Did you ever... What is that game? Do you know what that game is?
Biped 2?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I never played the first one. I didn't actually really hear at all about the first one. I think I saw a couple trailers, but that was it. So, no, that one's completely foreign to me.
All right. Then we got, of course, Dinkum, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. I know our friend Mr. Angry Canadian is super excited about that one. The Last Caretaker, Of Ash and Steel. Never heard about this game. Have you heard about this one?
No, but I completely forgot about the one below, the Siberia remaster. I completely forgot they were doing one.
Yeah, they were, and they basically... I watched a preview from this from, I think ACG did it, and he said they basically have kept the gameplay and everything mostly the same with some minor quality of life improvements. But this is like the third remaster of this game too, so like I think they just went with like go with the big beautiful like bullshit and stuff like that for this one. Just try to make it look awesome to justify that Unreal Engine, kind of money and stuff that they're putting into it. And of course, next up we got Unbeatable, Whiskerwood. Never heard of that one. A Pizza Delivery, Thrasher, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. This is one that you brought up in our little pre-chat here. But
Yeah.
this is a big one, not for like PC and Xbox and PlayStation players, but it's also coming to Switch too, as well. So like that's a big announcement there. I don't know if it's coming out this month for it, but I know for sure it's coming to Switch as well later, which is huge.
Yeah, I think sometime next year it's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
For Switch. I think just because they probably started development before they had dev kits for the Switch 2. That would be my assumption. The Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. I'm worried about that. I'm worried that it's gonna have the normal Bethesda, like the new normal of Bethesda, where it's riddled with fucking bugs to the point where it's unplayable, as opposed to how it used to be, where it was riddled with bugs and it was just fun to play.
What I don't really understand though is like, is this Anniversary Edition just for? It has to just be for people new, who want to get into it, because they just did the next gen updates for this game already last year.
And they broke a lot of stuff with it. They added like ultra wide support, and that like broke basically every mod that was out there for Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would just Fallout 4 it still looks good. Like it's still a good looking game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it is really just for people who didn't buy the game the first time. Because you're better off buying the original copy, because then you have all those mods that are available to be played, and
Yeah.
you can you basically can get like 2 or 3 games out of that because of how deep the modding community is for Bethesda games.
Right. And on top of that too, it's just like I said, they've already got this on sale so often. They already have editions where you can get all the fucking DLC, the paid mods, and everything else like that all done. So this just has to be like just a quick catch up version, and more for like the Switch players that might want to just pick it up and kind of just like have it in their collection, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm interested. I probably will pick this up for Switch just so I can like see how it runs. But beyond that, I already own Fallout 4 on like everything. I've bought it on super deep sale, like, at least 3 or 4 times, What else
Yeah.
am I gonna do with it?
Yeah, I own it like 3 times on PC. I don't know how many more times I need to own this game.
Exactly. In a Zuma 11 Victory Road. No idea what that game is. Do you?
Not at all. No.
So if people out there want to let me know down in the chat what it is, apparently it's
Yeah.
coming to everything. So it has to be kind of popular, or it's got some backing behind it. Next up is Luminous Arise, coming to PlayStation 5, as VR2, and PC. This game I'm actually super excited about because I love the Luminous games. I know our friend Mr. Jono, he likes a lot of those puzzle Tetris games as well.
Yep.
So I am curious to check this out. I know that they announced that they are doing a crossover with Dave the Diver, Astrobot, God of War, and all this other stuff too. Depending on where you play it, like you get some specialties. So if you play it on PlayStation, you get like all the Astrobot and fun stuff there. But on PC, you get like Rez and like Dave the Diver crossovers and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Especially because it's kind of funny that this originally started as a PlayStation PSP, PlayStation Portable exclusive, and now it's like on everything, and they're kind of slowly branching out more and more. Have you ever played any of these Luminous games?
I never did. I knew somebody who did when I was a kid. And I don't know. I didn't have a PSP, right? So I was just kind of like, it's just something that like completely flew under my radar, like Yakuza. And it's like, oh, that seems like actually kind of cool, but it's just flies right under my radar because I'm like, I have to go play WWE 2K fucking whatever this year. I have to play that. So
Right.
yeah, I never played it, but yeah, it's good to see that they're still releasing it and doing all those crossovers. I remember seeing I forget where it was, but I saw they were at like some sort of show, and that was where we saw the Dave the Diver thing. And I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck? Like, why? But also, okay, all right, let's see how it works out.
Yes, right on, right on. And then of course, NASCAR 25. I didn't even realize
That's
they still make those
game of the
games.
year.
Yeah.
That's game of the year. I think they what happened was they canceled the series for like 10 years. So this is like the first one in a long time.
Yeah. Did it come out on console earlier this year? Because it only has a PC designation here too.
Yeah, I think it's already out on console because I have seen some people playing it, and people who like racing games are enjoying it. So there is that. It's not my type of game, but yeah, it's finally getting a PC release, so that's good.
Yeah, the only memories I have about like the NASCAR games is I would play them online, and then I purposely just turn around and drive backwards and just ram into other people.
Oh yeah, I played it like Death Race. I was trying to like Dale Earnhardt everyone,
Hell yeah.
slamming them into fucking walls and shit.
So for anyone who was really looking forward to this finally coming to PC, there you go. We got Unpetrified Echoes of Nature. Never heard about that. Also PC only. Tomb Water, Winterborough. All these games, by the way, if you're interested in them, look them up and let us know if we should look them up and show a trailer or something for them if you think we should in the chat as well. This one I'm actually kind of curious about. Anon 117 Pax Romana. Have you ever played these Anon games?
Yeah. I've played a good bit of Anno. It's a long series of strategy games. I don't even know. They got to be a 20-year-old game like series.
Yeah.
So it's a very long series, and each one takes place in a different time period. They're going to the Roman Empire.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting. A lot of it's like settlement building stuff. So think of basically like SimCity with a couple like RTS elements thrown in there.
Yeah.
And obviously set in the Roman Empire, so there's only so much you're not building skyscrapers or some shit. Like it's going to be a lot of like marble buildings in this game. So yeah, if you're interested in like kind of light RTS elements on top of a city builder, Anno that's your game. That's the game for you. A Ubisoft game, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I know I watched a preview of it off of ACG's channel, and he was talking about like more in-depth details. So there's like you can make a frontier kind of Roman town where you have to manage the settlement of people that don't like the Romans and everything else like that. Or you can also build a more equestrian one where you have to build like inside like the Italian peninsula, and you have to deal with more of the politics of like a more established Roman court and stuff like that too. He's basically, it sounded like there's a lot more thought process into like building your little sim, as well as kind of that settlement management that some people just like really lose their minds over.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the politics of Rome, which is cool because that can get real in depth and messy pretty fucking quickly. If you've ever read a history book about the Roman Empire, it's there's a lot of families and a lot of fucking and a lot of killing. So
yeah, it's
there's
funny.
gonna be a lot of that.
You know what the funny thing too is there's a theory out there that the only reason Caesar got killed was because he cucked so many people by fucking their wives that they eventually killed him for it.
Yep. There is a couple theories out there, and I wouldn't say they're fully incorrect.
It's hard not to say that, but I laughed when I heard that. I was like, oh, that seems like a normal response. I could get behind it.
So if you want to be like Caesar, play Anno 117 Pax Romana.
Exactly. Fuck your enemies' wives, and eventually they'll kill you.
Exactly.
Moving on here, we got Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2 getting their Switch ports for November 13th. Nothing really too much else to say about that other than they're fun games. Go play them, and if you have a Switch and that's the only system you got, this is the best time to check those out. And then a day after that, we got Call of Duty Black Ops 7 as well, the release for that. Obviously, this is going to be a huge release, whether you like it or not. What do you think about this one? What are your quick little thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll start off fine, like last year's game did, and then it will drop the ball. That's kind of how these CODs, Treyarch has operated. Again, this is a game that's basically the exact same as last year's with a couple differences, like no skill-based matchmaking, which is a plus. But I would say there's so many minuses that it's like putting a cherry on top of a pile of manure. It's like, oh, the cherry's nice, but what about that giant pile of manure below it? Yeah, this is going to be a rough game. And on top of that, like, as much as Battlefield is kind of a different game than COD, they both have those FPS elements, and it's just Battlefield has come out. It's a good game. Yeah, I won't be breaking the bank to go get this game. If it turns out it's good, yeah, I'd love to play it. I hope it's good, but I don't have much hope in Activision actually putting out a Call of Duty that's of quality for at least a while.
Yeah, I feel you on that one too. I played last year's campaign, and I definitely did enjoy the campaign for what I was playing. I haven't really played a lot of the Call of Duty games, obviously, because I'm not really a big multiplayer guy anymore. I'm kind of a retired man from the multiplayer life. I can't keep up with these young kids anymore. But I do know that this is also the first time that they're going to have 4-player co-op. So I'm interested to see if that uh, how that is going to work with the dynamics of the campaign. It looks interesting, but we'll see about that one. So moving on here for Switch owners, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is finally coming to the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. If you're interested in that, there you go. As well as Xbox owners, Monster Hunter Stories Collection, so the first game and the second game, also are coming to Xbox on November 14th. Everything's coming out on November 14th, it looks like
Yeah.
here. Where Winds Meet also is coming out that day too for PS5, PC, and mobile. So I think I've heard about this game, but I haven't heard anything beyond just like I think maybe it was a throwaway trailer in one of these stupid like events that they hold for like everything. Moving on here, we got Escape from Tarkov, the full release finally, the 1.0 release for November 15th. I know our friend Nos, as we brought him up earlier, really loves this game. So
Hell is frozen over that we're getting a friggin' 1.0 release for Tarkov. I mean, that's a bit of a surprise. And again, it's just been so long, dude. It's been like this game has been out for like 10 years in early access. And now we're just finally getting they released another game before they finished the first game. They released and made a like spin-off game before they actually released fully the game the spin-off game was based off of, which is mind-boggling to me.
yeah, I know that it's a fun extraction shooter, but I haven't really played too much else about that. I haven't played those games because, like I said, they're kind of more of like a sweat lord kind of game for someone like me who can't do it anymore. We're too old. I'm
Too
too
old, too
old.
tired, too fucking blind.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you're Al Pacino from Scent of a Woman?
Now I feel like it's that scene in Rocky when Apollo Creed is talking to Rocky. He's like, "We gotta get back in there," and Rocky's like, "The people up there, that's not us anymore." That's just how I feel with like multiplayer games. Like the people up there, that ain't me, dog. I'm too old. Moving on, we got Unmourned coming out November 17th. Never heard of this game, so anyone in the chat wants to let me know about it, let me know. Next up, we got probably one that's like been kind of talked about, Deadpool VR for the MetaQuest November 18th. Do you have even a MetaQuest at all?
No, I'm not a VR. I don't have VR. One, I just don't have the room to move around and stuff, which you need a bit of room for that. And then two, it's just the cost to get in on it. There's sales, but it just is. I don't think I would use it enough to justify the cost of it.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that we're getting more and more stuff for VR. That's cool. Especially games that are, you can just play with a controller if you want, sitting down at your monitor, or there's VR options. I always like that. So, and it seems like they're starting to solve a lot of the problems with VR, but there's just the cost aspect of getting into it that I always found as a bit of a turnoff for it.
Gotcha. Next up, we got Morsels. I think I saw a trailer for this as well, but I don't remember anything about it. News Towers coming out only for PC as well. And then this one actually looked pretty fun from the trailer I saw. SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide, November 18th for all major platforms. You know what? Like I said, if they should have released this on Halloween or in October because they have the whole spooky kind of like spirit vibe. You're fighting the Flying Dutchman and stuff like that. But it looks fun. I might check this game out. How about you there, Cream?
Yeah, I feel like this is a game I'd probably pick up on sale just to say, yeah, oh, fuck it, we'll spend a afternoon playing it, and then I'd probably actually like have no expectations going in, then enjoy it. Um, which is usually what happens with my back catalog of stuff. It's like, oh, it's on sale, like deep discount. I'll play it, and then I'm like, I should have played this game when it came out. So I feel like that. I have a hunch that that game's going to be like one of those. Doesn't mean I'm going to pick it up. I mean, I'll wait until it's on sale. But yeah, they do a pretty good job with the SpongeBob tie-in game. Like I can't remember the last like really bad one that came out.
Yeah, right. I feel you on that one. They've all like seemed to be incredibly solid, fun types of games out there to just like pick up and relive a little bit of your childhood, and on top of that too, just you know that they're just solid platformers. That's the best way I could say it.
Yep.
Also, I'm trying to check out something real quick here while I got the side note here. Do you want to read a couple more of these games while I try to
Yeah,
find these?
sure. November 19th, we have Demon School coming out for everything, basically. Switch, PS5, Xbox, PC. November 20th, we got Kirby Air Riders on the Switch too. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Kirby time, baby. He's coming back, and he's coming back strong. Any thoughts on Kirby, Carl? I got really no thoughts on Kirby.
I never played Kirby Air Rider as a kid. I know a lot of people are actually excited about this game coming out because a lot of people really love these games. They always say like they want them back and everything else in that form. I know that it's also a super expensive video game on the GameCube if you try to collect these as a collector. So maybe that'll help drive down the price a little bit. But I'm not going to buy this game. Maybe
You're
like
not a big Kirby head?
I'm not really a big Kirby, you know, even though like he was the star of the show, as the anime would suggest.
He was.
I
He was the star of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, bro. I remember that.
That is true, but to me, it's like I just finished Forgotten Realm, and like I'll say this about all the Kirby games: they're fun, but beyond that, I'm like they're not like games that like really like are gonna hook me, you know, like some games. All right.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What else do we have here? Outlaws plus a handful of missions remaster for the PS5, Switch, Xbox, and PC. That's on November 20th, same day as Kirby.
Yeah.
And then on the exact same day as those two, we get Stalker 2 on PS5. I played a little bit of Stalker 2. I liked it. I had it through Game Pass, which I no longer have. But I thought it was all right. It was buggy, but I was playing it like the day of launch.
Yeah.
And there was some outside circumstances where I'm a little bit more forgiving about that game being buggy than, let's say, other games that come out, just because of where the studio was located and when they were working on it and what was happening to where the studio was located. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that they're coming out on PS5. So that would mean I think they're out on everything then, because I think they're already out on Xbox, and the only thing would be Switch,
which I don't think
I feel like
the Switch now.
Yeah, it's just going to be it's too much of a demanding game for the Switch, I think, which is fine. But yeah, they're basically out on everything that they're going to be able to come out on, except for the Ouya, which I still have hope. The Ouya is going to get a release, guys.
It'll come back, just like we're getting a mini Vectrex. We'll get a mini Ouya again. You watch.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm hyped. The Ouya is the console of the future.
And we'll go through these ones real quickly. Constance coming to PC, on November 24th. Project Motor Racing coming to everything but the Switch. This one I know a lot of people are very hyped for. Terminator 2D No Faith coming to everything on November 26th. This game was actually delayed, I think 3 times, and this is the last time they pushed it right here. I know a lot of people are very hyped for this game, myself included. What do you think about this one? Are you also excited for this one?
I've seen a little bit of it. I liked everything I saw. I wouldn't say like I'm super excited about it, but I think it'll be good. So, like, I'm just kind of worried about how many delays it's had. That always worries me with the game,
Yeah.
but I'm hopeful that this is the last delay and that it'll actually come out in a non-broken state and it's playable. And if it is, then I think it'll be pretty good. So it's definitely one that I want to keep an eye on coming up in this month.
Right on. And we saved the best for last. Bubble Bobble Sugar Dungeons coming out to everything but Xbox November 27th. I know you're fucking super excited about it.
I am. It's basically Stalker 3.
Stalker 3. This is Half-Life 3 of the Bubble
I got to
Bobble
be honest, I've
franchise.
never heard of Bubble Bobble Sugar Demons, so I have no fucking clue what it's like.
So that's all the games of note, at least according to IGN, that are coming out in November. There's a few others that I'll show off in the game trailers that didn't quite make this list, but let me know down in the comments, or let me know out there too, like what game you're looking forward to the most for November. I'd like to hear it when we got a chance. All right, now first, we're going to replace this screen here to let people know if you have PlayStation Plus. 3 games that are coming to PlayStation Plus are going to be good old Stray here. We got Tabs that's also be coming out here. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator for short. Have you ever played Tabs by any chance?
No, I've seen a lot of I love watching videos of people playing Tabs though. It's such a fun game.
Yeah, it definitely
It's,
is a wild game.
yeah. Yeah, and Stray as well. That was a pretty big game. People were really liking Stray. Not my type of game, but it didn't seem like it at all. It came out well made, well polished, and the story was intriguing to a lot of people who wanted that type of game. So hey, I mean, if you want to take a shot on it, if you got PS Plus, you might as well.
Yeah, my wife played that game. Very short game from all accounts. It's like, think only 4 hours long. So you can pretty much get through it in a day. And yeah, also EA Sports WRC 24. Never got into those games, but I know this is what EA actually bought Codemasters for, was because of this franchise. So if you want to check it out, it's and you have a PlayStation Plus account, that is your free games for the month of November.
Yeah, you get to play. You can play as a cat. You can attack a blue man and drive a car through dirt. So basically, Sony's covered every base of humanity.
Yes.
Pretend furries, furries, blue men, and cars.
Also, they the first initial batch of games coming to Game Pass for the month of November have been announced too. The console port of 1000 X Resist for the Xbox and PS5 is coming out November 4th. And if you want to check that out too, it is also coming to Game Pass day one. I beat this game this year. This game has a very interesting story, but this is just a pure walking sim. If you ever want to check this game out, it's weird. It's wild. It's basically it was written and developed during COVID by a bunch of people who were in the music industry. And you could tell that they really held that whole isolation feel, and they really have like good sound design. Canadian studio, gotta say that.
Wow. Okay. All
They are
right.
they're a bunch of Asian Canadians from Vancouver there, eh?
Oh, that's scary. That's
Yes.
scary there.
And
Fucking Vancouver's basically just Portland. That's not even fucking
uh,
Canadian, dude.
I know. And I will say this too. All the voice actors have the very, very, very strong Canadian accent that pops up and will ruin a very intense moment with their
Or
stories.
nor.
I am not gonna lie. It's all women. I won't spoil the story too much because it's not that long a game. But there's like this intense part where they're talking about like how they fucked over people, and you just hear a sorry pop up in the middle of that,
Oh,
and
sorry there, bud.
just derails the whole fucking moment.
Oh, you're bleeding out there, pal, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, there.
A bit of a
Don't you know? Oh, I'm sorry.
This is a bit of a fucking gong show, isn't it?
Hey, you blew off their hand there, man. Oh, sorry. but But that's 1-1. We got Football Manager 26. Not my cup of tea, but for
there's a wild story with this game. So
yeah, I like to hear it actually.
Okay, so did you know that there is no Football Manager 25? There's a 24 and a 26, no 25. Um, Football Manager 25 was supposed to come out in February of this year. The studio fully canceled the game.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It was, and this is Sega, but the studio they have working on this, they were so far back, and it was so just not. It was in a really bad state, and they had to cancel the whole game. And they basically said, well, we're probably not putting out a game at all this year. And I think they kind of rushed through, improved what was supposed to be 25, and they just threw a 26 on it. So yeah, this is effectively the remnants of a game that was so bad it got canceled, which is worrying.
Good sign. That's what I take it as. Good sign.
Yeah, it's I don't know how you mess it up, man. It's a stat crunching game. It's literally just stat crunching.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how that happens either. This one I totally misread. By the way, I thought this said edging on instead of egging on. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, now I'm not interested that it's egging on. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what this game. I'm going to click on it real quick, and
I was about to re-sign in the Game Pass, man. I was about to give them all my money.
yeah, it doesn't even take me to anything either. But egging on comes out. Never heard about this game. Whiskerwood for PC comes out November 6th, and Void Train comes out November 7th for your Game Pass. That's your first initial announcements. Obviously, Call of Duty is also coming out too, which is not included on this one. But more will be added later. We'll kind of cover that when we cover that. And that's all the games that you can download right now. Check out, expect to download, add to your collections. Just add them if you can, and so on and so forth. So right now we'll go over a couple smaller collector news too out there. Strictly Limited is doing a re-collection of all the Bloodwayne games. So the revamped collection of 1 and 2, and of course the side-scroller Metroidvania Blood Rain. What I forget what it was called. Betrayal, Blood Rain Betrayal, Fresh Bites. So for people out there who did not want to buy the limited run copies of these games and are looking to add them to your collection via a different way, these will also be coming next year, and they are also coming to Switch and PlayStation 5. I have these games. I recently just replayed Blood Rain 1. That game is not terrible, but it definitely feels like a 2001 video game for sure.
Doesn't age well?
I wouldn't say it doesn't age well, but I would say that you can kind of tell that it is a game of outdatedness. Definitely has that feel.
Is it the same feeling I got when I realized what the controls were for Dino Crisis?
Yes, probably
okay, yeah,
a little bit like that. A little bit better than that, but still a lot of things there too. Another thing too is, since we're going to be talking about stuff, I don't know if any people saw this, but Limited Run Games has a 30-year PlayStation retrospective that they have been putting out that kind of covers everything PlayStation. I have something similar to this for the Nintendo 64. Granted, probably not as detailed with like game sales and stuff like that. But this stuff looks pretty cool. It's got all this detail, all this stuff about games, all this like collector stuff, artwork, and everything else like that. And I thought this would be like a fun thing to add for like a gamer's collection, especially if you're a big PlayStation fan, like our friend Mr. Boss Hog, as we like to say.
Boss Hog, he'll make the pages too sticky. We can't allow him to have one of these. Yeah, I literally just saw this morning. This looks kind of cool. So I mean, the PlayStation was my first console. There is a bit of nostalgia I got for it. Man, yeah, I kind of do want to get this. I'm not gonna lie.
So I will say this: this is the last weekend you can pre-order it. That's why I wanted to bring this up. Currently, right now, the estimated price with shipping for people in the U.S. is $50. Because I did check this out.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about ordering it, but it won't be here until next Halloween, which also makes me a little sad. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking tonight will definitely be the night tonight will be the night that I'm going to pre-order this. So I wanted to throw that out there for people as kind of like, a last minute like Hail Mary if you didn't know this existed. This is like the last, hey, get your shit together and kind of get this out there.
Yeah, I love the like kind of 90s aesthetic that it's got. It's even with the pages, like you go in and some of the pages kind of have that like just those 90s like colors. It's, yeah, like that is a very 90s thing right there in the background where it's just like, I don't know, just let's throw one color of gray on another color of gray.
Yeah.
Lock it up. Yeah.
But like I said, there's other books out there that I've been trying to add more, and like I will read a little bit of them every now and then just to get some more interesting facts and try to expand my knowledge. And like I figured if I'm going to do a video game covering podcast, like this is the kind of stuff that I think people should look into more. I know that there is also another huge run that was put out by the same people who did like a retrospective of like the N64 and stuff like that. That did a 5-part or 4-part volume covering the PS2 recently. However, it's only in French right now,
Ooh.
and even though I took 3 years of French, I am not fluent in French, nor will I fucking want to get that anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit rough. French is a language of shit, as I call it.
I don't
I actually used to be all right at French, and then I just decided not to speak it because I was like decided I was a civilized human. So I forgot that barbaric language of French.
So I will link this right now for people in the chat to go check this out, so they have a direct link and they can go get it if they wish to. All right, going on to my next topic here, which this one, where'd it go? Let me see here. Oh, yes. This one was just announced yesterday, but Condemned Criminal Origins has been delisted from Steam and Xbox.
Hmm.
So one of the first things that came to my mind was that this game seems like it's going to be getting a remake maybe in the future, and I want to know what your thoughts are about that, Cream.
I'm cool with the game a remake. I hate when they delist the old games, though. Just leave the original one up. Like, I mean, it's not gonna like it really shouldn't cost you that much money. I get if there's an issue with licensing, but I don't think that's the case with this. I do think it's Sega just kind of pulling it down, then going and deciding that they're gonna do a remake and trying to juice the sales for that as much as possible. But again, there's still codes available, probably on G2A, probably on Fanatical, but again, there's a limited amount of code. Like, there's not an infinite amount of codes, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's a bit, it sucks, really. It does. So I'm hopeful that the company stop doing this, but they're gonna keep doing it.
I know why they do it, because I do think that they just want you to buy the new game first, and they want you to not get confused and buy the wrong copy or waste your money on something else. Like, if they are going to do it, I welcome it, because even though this was a launch title for, like, I think the Xbox 360 or near launch titles, this game looks rough. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it does look rough. It plays fine. But holy fuck, does it look like it is a murder scene itself just to play this game sometimes, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's even if the game doesn't age well though, I do like the ability to go back and play it though. Cuz then you can be like, "Holy shit, guys, you didn't realize how bad this game was, right?"
Right.
So yeah, just hopeful that hopefully it companies stop doing that, but it's I don't think they will, honestly. They're just gonna keep they're gonna keep doing this stuff, and and because it pays off. I mean, people are gonna buy the game, right? So
Yeah, well, I'm one of those people, so yeah,
yeah,
I'm
and
part
I
of the
don't blame
problem.
people for buying the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you want the game, go get the game. I just wish they would allow you to have both versions of the game so you can contrast and compare.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I like about my PlayStation 5 and PC for that matter. It's like at least I have all like the originals and the new games all in one spot to kind of compare and contrast them, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for like the Resident Evil series in particular, I should say. I gotta mention that. Also, one more kind of good story before we start getting into more of the bad. This one kind of popped up recently. Dispatch, one of the best rated PS5 games on PSN Store with a near perfect rating. I wanted to bring this up because this game has kind of come out of nowhere with a lot of people to be like one of the surprise sleeper hits of the this year at least. And to quote this article, Dispatch is a fantastic episodic superhero comedy and is one of the best rated PS5 games on the PS Store right now with a near perfect rating. As of writing, the game currently has 3,391 user reviews with a 4.93 overall based off of 96% 5-star rating with 2% 4 stars. That's pretty damn high for it as well right there. So I know recently it's kind of been growing more and more with popularity, especially on Steam. And they've been releasing, they just released the next 2 episodes just recently as well. And one thing I found out too is that this is the studio that was founded by a lot of ex-Telltale game devs who really brought their writing chops and everything to this. And I want to know, Mr. Cream, what do you think about this? Have you played the game?
I've not, to be honest, I kind of bought into and I have to take some licks here. I bought into the bullshit that it was going to be like kind of cringe and all that shit. And it seems like there's none of that cringe bullshit that's in there. It seems like it's a pretty fine game. Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, I know he does a voice in. There's a couple people who do voices in this that are good.
Yeah, like Laura Bailey, I know is one of the big characters.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that she's in there, but yeah, I mean it's I'm happy that the game's good because I never want a game to fail.
Right, I agree with you.
So the fact that people are enjoying it, having fun, that makes me happy. This is the best type of way to be wrong. Honestly, I'll happily admit I'm wrong about this because it seems like everybody's really liking it. So yeah, it's good to see. It's especially for story-based games. Like, I know everyone shits all over story-based games. Or, oh, it's a long cutscene. Well, with this game, you know what you're getting into when you buy it. It's not like God of War where you buy it and then it's like, oh, fuck, all right, I gotta sit through 4 hours of cutscenes and I get to do one battle here. That's a different story than this, where it's like how Telltale was, which I was a big fan of the Telltale games. I thought it was interesting. Video games are a good medium to push forward stories, and yeah, so I hope they have all the success in the world if they're putting out good products like this.
Yeah, and what I like about it too is it's not so much just like a, standard point and click adventure, but you also got to do like some mini games, like a hacking mini game. You got to also balance out like if your team composition when you send them out on a mission are going to mesh well and work well. And apparently there's a lot of RNG stuff too. So even if you build like a team you think is good, something could happen during the mission that you don't account for, and then you got to quickly scramble around based off of your choices as well too. So it sounds like there's a little bit more depth to this thing than originally a lot of people thought too as well. I watched a little bit of gameplay because I didn't want to spoil it too much for me, and I'm just like, fuck. Another game that I did not want to spend money on, like in terms of I didn't hate it, but it's just like wasn't expecting to want to play this. Now it's just like I was like asking my wife, I'm like, can I buy this game? Because I had to run it by her first for this one because I overspent, and she's like, can it wait? I'm like, yeah, I guess it can. And just like Ando says here too, just wait for all the episodes to come out before I bite on it. Only real negative is apparently all the episodes are like an hour long. And as long as they're not charging me for each individual episode, I'm okay with that because I don't need to have like 17-hour fucking story driven game of just watching a TV show. I do think that kind of helps where it's like I could take like a day, play one episode, and be like, all right, now I could go fuck off and do something else for the rest of the day.
Yeah, totally. That would be a problem. Did they do this like how Telltale used to do, where to actually download the game and play the first episode was free, but then you would have to pay for a pass to get all the other episodes?
I don't know about that. I think it's just
Okay.
one payment. I think it's
One payment and then you
you
get
get them.
the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I think it's $29.99 right now on Steam. Let me double check that here.
That's not bad.
Yeah, $29.99 now on Steam, and I believe it's the same price for the PlayStation 5. No Xbox or Switch launch, but I'm pretty sure those might be coming later. Right now, for everyone too, also wondering, since we're bringing this up here too, 92% positive rating on Steam with 10,412 user reviews as well.
That's really good.
Yeah, so it's got a good rating on both the platforms it's out right now. And for comparative sake, based off of Ghost of Yote, got a 4.89 rating. Death Stranding 2 sits at a 4.88 rating. And Silk Song has a 4.61 rating amongst fans and stuff right there, too. So to compare to other games that are going to be given Game of the Year nomination, especially one that is the
Higher ranked than Silk Song is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, higher ranked than Claire Obscura too. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy though. Like that's wild. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that the rest of it kind of lives up to what's out so far, because you never know, it could tank and it could be like a TV show where it's really good and then you get to the end and it's like, oh, that's a disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. So that is pretty much all the good news I can think of here. Let me just double check something.
To be fair, there is the best gaming news of all time as well.
What's that one?
Well, I could bring it up for you right now. I mean, there's a trailer for it too. I don't know if we want to wait.
Wait. We'll kick off the trailer segment with that one.
Yeah, it is the greatest news. It is the greatest news since the coming of Christ. I will say that.
One more good news. I actually just found it in my little chat box over here. For people who are waiting for Silent Hill 2 to come to Xbox, it sounds like it will be here relatively soon, as it has been rated by the ESRB for the Xbox consoles as well.
Nice.
So that's a little bit of your gaming update, and I feel like this one would be a perfect time to talk about another gaming update here.
Oh Lord, the big bad update.
Yeah. So I want to know. Go with this one, Cream. This is the story you brought to the table today. So let's have you kick us off here, real quick.
Yeah. So Xbox has had Microsoft as a whole had their reports. Microsoft as a whole was doing well. A lot of their them leveraging their company into AI seems to be paying off. Xbox's leveraging does not seem to be paying off in this moment. The revenue falling $113 million year over year is not good. It's really bad. Hardware is the worst one, and everyone expected the hardware to be bad.
Right.
29% drop. It's like consistently dropping like 20%, 20%, 20%. We knew it was going to be bad, especially with like Costco no longer selling Xbox consoles. And
Sam's Club.
Yeah, Sam's Club in the States, as well. So it's kind of becoming a little bit more dire for their hardware end. I mean, it's still Xbox. I mean, when they put out their next console, I am certain that they'll be able to get shelf space, but that's down the road we're talking about right now, and hardware is a good part of these sales. I think part of it has to do with just the price hikes.
Oh,
which they're not the
it
only.
definitely
They're
does have to do with
well,
price hikes.
and the thing is, they're not the only ones doing the price hikes. Sony is also, but Sony right now is just for consoles. It's a higher brand. They don't do as well publishing. That has to do with Microsoft making some smarter investments.
Yeah.
Albeit there's a lot of money, and you kind of do have to be making money. You can't be losing $113 million after you're doing like billion-dollar acquisitions. But yeah, that's the problem. Game Pass and services, which is Game Pass, went up 1% this quarter. 1%. So it didn't go down, it just went up 1%, which is basically nothing. So that's a bit of a rough thing there. My apologies about the dog barking.
We love dogs on the show. It's fine.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's a 2% total loss in revenue, which is like the 113 million. Again, it's a concern. The real, like, it's not like unfixable.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really bad. Like, this is still really bad, and they kind of have to make some decisions near the end of this year, going into next year, of what they're going to do. My guess would be you try to leverage your console to be the best. You try to convince people the best way to play GTA 6 is on an Xbox. That's to me, in my head, that's what you do. And you have to start it by lowering the price. While Sony's raising, you lower.
Exactly. I agree with you. And like Gigawatt says here too, it's like, it's weird to me that console is far more expensive 5 years after its release. This has been a trend that I've been telling people, because they try to say, oh, it's tariffs. I'm like, I didn't realize tariffs were going on in Japan in 2002 when Sony raised the price of their console, or the Switch and everything else like that. It's just really been a shitty generation, especially if you play on console, because the world felt this before America and Canada and a lot of places, where they were raising prices because people were buying consoles from other countries just to save some money, you know?
Yeah. I think a little bit of it in the US does have to do with tariffs, a tiny bit. We're talking about 2 or 3% of the entire issue of them raising prices. The rest of it is greed. And again, they'll use anything they can as an excuse. You look at
Without
Sony.
doubt.
I bring this up all the time now, because it's a good reason. In Canada, they were going to bring in a digital sales tax this year. It did not go through. The digital sales tax does not exist. There is no DST, but it was proposed. And because of that, Nintendo decided, hey, what if we decide that we're going to now raise the price of not only Nintendo Online memberships, but the Switch 1 price. This is a week after the Switch 2 came out.
Yeah.
And they're raising the price of the Switch 1 for a sales tax that ended up not coming into fruition. They never took the price back down. They left it. So that shows you that they will try to find any reason to if they can get more money out of you, they'll get more money out of you. And if they can use that as an excuse and you'll buy it, true. Now, it's not to say that the digital sales tax wouldn't have affected, Nintendo's bottom line. It would have, especially on the Nintendo Online membership.
Mm-hmm.
That's an added tax onto that. But again, you as the consumer would have ended up paying the tax, not the company.
Yeah, and
so them raising the price would actually only just raise the tax for you because it's a percentage price on that. So yeah,
it's an extra tax on top of an extra tax. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. But it's fucking retarded when you look at it, because it's like the Switch came out in 2017. There's absolutely zero reason to raise that, especially now that you got the Switch 2 coming out. You know.
yeah,
Like you can make the argument. It's like, well, we gotta raise the price so we encourage people to buy Switch 2. And it's like, well, using this logic, why don't you just stop production completely on the Switch and just get them all out of the shelves and stuff? Especially because you're at market saturation with the Switch, right? I think it's like 157 or 150 a million units sold for the console. It's like you're pushing it. You're like really pushing it with that
Well,
one.
and then you have the variants. You got the Switch Lite, you got the
Hmm.
OLED Switch, and like they really did. And kudos to them. They did a fantastic fucking job. People were not expecting. I think coming out of the Wii U, expectations for Nintendo were pretty low.
Hmm.
Not as low as like Xbox is right now. I think this is a very scary level of low expectations for them.
Yeah.
But Nintendo was able to come out with a product that people wanted. It was
Hmm.
an interesting idea. They were earlier. I mean, they always did handhelds, but that whole, you know, the I guess renaissance of handhelds, they kind of were able to be the first in the door before the Steam Deck, before ROG Ally or any of these other brands.
Yeah, they help
And
revitalize that for sure.
oh yeah, they kind of started that renaissance of it. And then you had COVID hit, and that helped as well because everyone was home and everyone was getting stimulus checks, and yeah, so people ended up playing more games. So the console did really, really well. I would want to just get those consoles the fuck out, especially with how Nintendo operates, where they just start reselling games
Yeah.
that are a generation old. You would think you don't want people to be able to buy those older consoles, because then why wouldn't you just spend less? The Nintendo Switch 1 still costs less money than the Switch 2, even with the raised price.
Yeah, and on
So
top of that too, like the Switch 2 is like almost fully backwards compatible,
hmm,
and it provides more stability in your frame rates for your Switch games as
yeah.
well. So, like I said, it'd just be more of a wise move just for like Switch adopters to start moving over, just to get that added bonus. That's why I personally bought a Switch 2, just because I'm like I just want that added stability, and I love it. But kind of going back to another thing too that you said earlier, where you said about the digital tax that they were proposing up in Canada. I don't think people know this unless you live here, but I'm from Illinois. But Cook County is basically Chicago. That's the best way to
Mhm.
say it. Cook County is Chicago, and Chicago has a entertainment tax. So what that means is every time you buy a digital video game or a physical video game, they tax you for it for entertainment reasons because that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
So it's like it sucks to be like a city gamer because you get all these weird taxes to just like constantly fuck you over left and right.
Yeah, that's true. And again, it's not like you're not already paying a sales tax on this stuff when you buy it digitally. It's
Yeah.
just now there's another tax that was going to be thrown on it. But with Xbox, again, to get back to this, they are this is not good. Like, this is troubling because I don't. It's hard to gauge because you never know. People might sign up to Game Pass for COD,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's going to have the bump in numbers that last year did. I think a lot of people probably again stayed on, and then there was also a lot of people who canceled their Game Pass subscriptions when they raised it, and there was a
Yeah.
lot of people who were virtue signaling about it, and then there was a lot of people who just saw the news and they're like, I don't want to pay that price.
And
That's a bit of a steep price for me.
I don't blame them too. I did the opposite. I went out and bought those 3 months that were still $60, just because I'm like, well, I might as well get like a buy two get one free deal while they still have them out there, you know?
Yeah, it's like that. I wish I had the foresight of the one guy who has like 50 years of Game Pass now because he bought like I don't know how many of these like Game Pass cards when you could still stack it, and he just
Yeah.
redeemed them all, and he's got like until like 2140 or some shit until
Right.
Game Pass runs out. His entire life he'll have Game Pass. Um, for Microsoft though, the only bright side, and I don't think it's even that bright because it's such a low number, and they really do need to bump up these Game Pass numbers in order to hit their goals. And I
Yeah.
think they were actually on a good steady rate from what I was seeing
Yeah, I think
before,
um I
and
think
now it's like nil. It's basically we kept everybody and we added a couple.
I think what I just was reading that they had like a 14% target goal, and they actually beat that by like a 15%.
Yeah.
So like they took away that bonus for the executives now and I think they gave some people like pay raises because they actually hit the goal. I don't know how true that 30% margin goal is. If it's true, that's a lofty goal.
It's steep.
Yeah, and like I said, I look at what Microsoft's doing. I like the idea of getting a ROG ally. That $1,000 price is a fucking no way to say it. It ain't cheap.
No, it's not. Especially when you could get a Steam Deck and that was a Steam Deck, and how much better does the ROG Ally perform than a Steam Deck? I'm not sure. I would assume they're probably within the same range, though.
I heard that the new ally is a lot better.
Mm.
I've also seen that it's also a lot more moddable. Like you can actually turn it into a little fun side PC because you can integrate some graphics card support with it and stuff like that. That's for the gearheads. I have no idea what the fuck to do with that, but I've seen
Yeah.
articles and stuff about that. I think
I just want to
mentioned it before.
play. I just want to play Ninja Gaiden on the shitter. That's all.
Yeah, and another thing too is that this report doesn't have like Ninja Gaiden, Outer Worlds
No.
2. We don't know how well those are doing, but I've heard nothing but great things about like Ninja Gaiden and Outer Worlds 2. I mean, Ninja Gaiden looks awesome, and especially from what I hear is that it doesn't sound like it was made on like a big budget, so that could also help. Like a lot of these games like could return of profit very well because I don't think that they necessarily had big budgets. One game that came out relatively recently too that I mentioned in the Gronkin Discord, and I forgot to mention that I was playing it, but Keeper, not the Keeper that came out from Double Fine. That's a fun little nice 4-hour game that I would recommend to people to play as well if you haven't.
Yeah.
A good Game Pass title, little overpriced though. $30, a little too much money for my experience.
The other thing is the day that the quarter ended was September 30th, which means I don't think it includes that backlash of the price increase. Because if I remember that happened early October, which means that also is not included in these numbers. If
Yeah.
that was included in these numbers, I would feel a little bit better because then it's like, well, that whole drop off would have happened and you still had a 1% increase in subscriptions and stuff like that. So then it's like, okay, you were able to like kind of weather that a bit. That's the worry. So hopefully there's a big enough boost of people wanting to play Outer Worlds, wanting to play all of the stuff that they do have coming up, which is it's a good amount. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta wait to see all that numbers too, because
and of course there will be a financial bump because whenever you raise the price, you're bringing in more money, so therefore there will be an increase of everyone who's paying a little bit, but
yeah.
it's so hard to tell, and like again it's this is a like trying to read tea leaves. Like it just we won't know until we know.
Yeah, it's
But for hardware is a little bit more solid in the sense of they are like up shit's creek without a paddle.
so I want to counterpoint with two things,
Yeah.
just to so I could get this out there for food for thought and just as like devil's advocate here. So the first thing I will say is that we saw similar backlashes with like Netflix saying like, oh, you gotta get your own password, and they're gonna bring in different pricing tiers for stuff on Netflix and stuff like that. Amazon, like all the streamers like were cracking down hard, and people were gonna say, oh well, it's going to affect a lot of their things. And for Netflix, I think they actually had a better profit after they did that because people said, fuck it, I'll get my own. And on top of that, too, we also saw that it did affect some other smaller streamers when they did that because they never had content to begin with. Uh, the major price increases came with Game Pass Ultimate, which it went from $20 a month to 30, which is big, especially when you go like, oh, it's a 50% increase. But it also comes
Every
down to,
month.
yeah. But it also comes down to is like, is that worth your value?
Mhm.
And for some people it isn't. and that's fair. And I'm not going to try to stick up for it. I have Game Pass Ultimate because I like to go between my Xboxes and my PCs and stuff like that to do all that stuff. So it has value to me. Granted, the only reason I'm still keeping it though is because I'm still finding those buy two get one frees in the wild, and I'm kind of stacking up a little bit to save some money just overall right now.
Yeah.
But once those go away and they kind of change the price hike and they stop selling those, well, guess what? I will probably reconsider what I'm going to do with Game Pass going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they did add a bunch of stuff in there that might entice some people, like the Fortnite stuff and like the Ubisoft classics and all that other bullshit. But again, it comes down to what you as a player, as a payer, as a consumer, whatever the fucking term you want to use, values for yourself. And they do have like the cheaper tiers as well, the $20 tier and the $10 tier. And on top of that, too, the one that people don't talk about is that the PC Game Pass also got a price hike by like I think $5. Yeah, I went from $11.99 to $16.99 a month. And on top of that, too, the PC Game Pass still has the date and date releases, so it's actually a better value for PC gamers right now, too.
Yeah.
Also, with another thing as well, to kind of go with your console thing, where the console numbers are dropping. Last week, I covered on the show that users in Asia have increased their time on Microsoft by 20%, and most of that growth was due to PC gaming as well. So it's kind of like this little catch-22 that we kind of see going on with the Xbox consoles is that I believe estimates are saying that like the Series X and S combined have sold about like 30 million units on the low end, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but like roughly in the middle, 30 million consoles. Comparatively speaking to the PlayStation 5, which was what, 79 million units or 85 million units?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say both leading consoles this generation, because I would count the Switch. I kind of count Nintendo when they do it as last generation. I would count the Switch as their this generation one.
Yeah.
Because they're always kind of a bit behind, although they're usually sometimes better with sales, like you saw with the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sony is winning the console war, but no one's winning. No one's winning, and there
Yeah.
isn't even a console war. The both are underperforming. You look at the adoption rate for the PlayStation 5; it's abysmal.
It's lesser
Especially
than the PS4.
and especially this late. Like they're gearing up for the new consoles. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
get those in like probably 2 or 3 years. So like the fact that like there still is like I think still a majority of people playing on PlayStation or on the PS4,
Mm-hmm.
that's a concern. And so it's not like Xbox is like so far behind like let's say like the Dreamcast was, right?
Yeah.
Both are underperforming, and the thing that's really doing well is Nintendo's their own ecosystem, so they're able to weather stuff a bit better.
Yeah,
It's
their
PC.
exclusives sell fucking insane compared to everyone else too.
And to that one point that you said, this is the thing where Microsoft has a really bad track record of making hardware, right?
Mhm.
And it's not just in gaming. Like honestly,
Surface, the Zune,
gaming
Windows
gaming
Phone.
is the gaming was the exception. You had the Xbox One or the original Xbox, which
Yeah.
was like okay, that's a good start. The 360, which was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Xbox One, which failed a lot of it because of PR and some really stupid moves.
And
Even
bad
though it's
deals that they made. Yeah.
there was a lot of bad deals, but it was a decent console. I still have one, and again, it's the same. It's basically the same what UI that like when they updated the UI, it's the same one as the
Yeah. The
new gen.
Xbox One. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is that. But like the Zune, all that stuff we were talking about, were all colossal failures. Where Microsoft succeeded was software. So
Oh
if
yeah.
you look at because MP3s, I think is actually a really good place to talk about it. The Zune, which was hardware, failed, but what Microsoft was doing before, which led to them doing the Zune, was what they would do is they would license out their technology. you would basically have these MP3 players that were running off of Windows Media Player, basically an adapted
Mhm.
version in these, as well as like a somewhat unified music store where you can purchase like iTunes. That's where they succeeded, and that's why they felt like, oh, we can go ahead and make a Zune, which was where they failed.
Yeah.
Um, Microsoft has basically already won the console war, and I don't even know if they fully realize it yet because of Windows. I
Mhm.
think the leaks we've heard that the new Xbox is basically just going to be like
A
a
PC.
yeah. Um, Honestly, save yourself the money and just say we're going full publishing. Take all the money that you're going to put into hardware, put that into publishing games, build new studios. You could literally be a dominating publisher.
Uh
You
so I,
still have Game Pass, like you have Windows, which like Linux is Steam is trying to push Linux a lot, but
yeah,
Windows is still the default because a lot of people don't want to use Linux. Like I
I
just hate
don't.
that. Yeah,
I'm one
there's
of
a
those
lot of
people.
people who just don't want to fuck with it. They want a PC that just they can pull out of the box and run, or they can build and it runs off Windows, and they don't have to worry about Linux going wonky, because if it goes wonky, it can sometimes go pretty wonky, and it's hard to fix it if you have not a heavy knowledge in how to fix it.
So I want to add like a little bit more to this because this is just my personal take. You don't have to agree with it, anyone.
Yeah.
This is just my theory that I have been pushing. I do believe that we're going to see the death of the Xbox SKU in the future, and
Mhm.
it's just going to be Windows SKU. So with everything Microsoft has been doing, because this is the thing where I get into a little bit of like the gray territory with people. When people go like, "Well, Microsoft is dead; they're not doing X, Y, and Z stuff. Nobody wants to go to the platform and stuff like that." And like I said, when we had that debate about Phil Spencer with Zero, and I just
Mhm.
said like Microsoft has been doing a lot more with these publishers than people kind of give them credit for. No one thought Yakuza would be on Xbox. Nobody thought Monster Hunter Stories and all these other games would be on Xbox.
Yeah.
Um, when you look at the console wars in the past, like the original Xbox, like I think only sold just under 30 million consoles.
Yeah, it came out at a pretty tough time. Like
A-
you had the Dreamcast, you had the PS2, which
and the
just
GameCube too.
yeah,
And
it was
and
rough.
and I think I said this before. I don't think most people realize it. If you added the GameCube, the Dreamcast, and the original Xbox together, they would not even sell close to half as many units as the PS2 sold. And I think a lot of people kind of need to put that into perspective, where it's just like it comes down to, are these companies making money? And you can have like a bad quarter, you can have like a neutral quarter, but the reason why the Dreamcast ultimately died overall was because they were losing money hand over fist and they could not support a physical, console. And on top of that too, like when you look at Sony, Sony has been taking a lot of hits too from some really bad investments too. They bought Bungie, which was turned out to be more of a pile of shit than a pile of gold.
Yeah.
All these canceled live service pushes too that were funded and failed. Like how many that you saw from Ben Studio, Blue Point, Naughty
There's
Dog.
like 4 or 5 of them, and like one of them was like a God of War hero shooter type of thing. Like
Yeah, that
there
was
was
the
some
Blue Point game that was
yeah,
leaked recently.
there was a lot of really bad decisions that they've made.
But like on top of that too is like that they're also saying like they don't want to buy Warner Brothers, and they kind of might be a little bit gun shy for that very reason, is that they've made some bad investments, and they're going with like the anime side. They're trying to corner the market on anime as well, Sony. But PlayStation is still doing good, but so far I haven't really heard anything amazing about their first party exclusives too, which you would think would be compared to last generation. I don't know how well God of War Ragnarok is doing, and that's a cross generation game. I don't know how well Horizon Forbidden West is doing. That's a cross generational game too. They did not want to lose that PlayStation 4 install base still. And then you got a lot of their other games, and I don't even think a lot of them have crossed that many million units. The only one I could think of that they're actually touting is Ghost of Yotei, And it sounds like Ghost of Yote also is tracking to be about on par with Ghost of Tsushima at the end of the day. And on top of that, too, it has a similar budget. So that
Yeah.
might be like the most successful first party exclusive they actually made outside of Astrobot, because that game probably cost nothing to make either.
Yeah, Astrobot was, I would assume, a pretty cheap budget and sold a crap ton of units. And look, there's been varying quality. Like, I really like Astrobot. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's great. I thought Spider-Man 2 was meh. Like, I know a lot of people hated it, a lot of people loved it. I'm in the middle, man. Like, there's some stuff I like, there's some stuff I think is absolutely horrid in that game. Um, it's a it's tough because no one's really winning right now. I guess Nintendo by default.
I
But
think
that's
I think
even
Nintendo is the only winner, and I feel like I feel like gaming is in like this weird place. It feels like everything is doing both relatively good and incredibly bad at the same
yeah.
time. It is so wild to just like look at this news every day, because like we're gonna get over some more news later about some other bad things that are happening in the industry, and like all the stuff that we're kind of talking about here too. It's just it's hard to put a finger on it, you know.
Yeah.
Like we know Microsoft could probably weather the storm a little bit longer, because comparatively speaking, remember Mixer?
Oh God, yes, I do remember Mixer.
Yeah. So like during COVID, every platform saw massive increases in traffic. Mixer was the only one that saw a decrease by like 5%.
Yeah, and they ended up cutting the cord with that eventually, but yeah, again, Microsoft, the advantage with Sony to a lesser extent, but it is fair to mention that Sony does have, like, PlayStation does have this advantage, and Xbox is, they're tied to big companies. I mean, Microsoft is one of the top. I think they're one of the top three companies in the world. Like, they're huge. They're
Yeah.
fucking huge. And again, their leverage into AI has kind of been paying off right now. Um, I do think AI is a bit of a bubble, but that's a different story.
Hmm.
Either way, the bubble's paying off right now. Um, and so that's able to kind of backstop Xbox a bit. Xbox can afford to lose $113 million year over year because Microsoft is probably bringing in $113 billion year over year with um, with AI. With Sony, or with PlayStation, they have Sony, which again, Columbia Pictures could probably lose some money. I know Sony does make money off TV production. They're pretty big for
Hmm.
TV producing, but also, like, the most popular pair of headphones in the world are Sony's. $15 headphones, and everyone fucking buys them, right?
Yeah.
The over the ear shitty Sony's, everyone knows that. TVs, fucking, they produce all sorts of technology. They sell life insurance in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, this company has their hands in fucking everything. And again, they basically won the physical format wars.
Yeah,
They
they did
won
with the
them.
Blu-ray. Yep.
And now you have Ultra HD Blu-ray.
Yep.
So they basically have, they won, which is funny considering how much they lost in the past, but with Blu-ray they were able to come in and win. Um so like, Sony and PlayStation do have wiggle room to fail. PlayStation less so than Microsoft, because PlayStation really was at one point the biggest part of Sony's sales.
Yes,
It
exactly.
was helping keep the rest of the company afloat at a tough time for Columbia, Sony Television, the hardware sales, because there was a lot more cheaper competition. So Sony, like, PlayStation does kind of have to work. Microsoft can survive without Xbox. I'm not sure Sony can survive the same way without PlayStation.
Yeah.
Um, but either way, both companies are really, really struggling. So yeah, I mean, it's concerning because I think I know Microsoft wants to move out of the physical like hardware. It's pretty obvious with
Yeah,
all the cloud streaming and Game Pass on PC and all that stuff, but the problem is if you do it too quickly, like it might actually hurt the company long term if
yeah,
you just pull
exactly.
the plug right away.
It's always a catch-22, but we'll see. Next year, Microsoft has a lot more, I guess, good software coming out, depending on who you are and what you're interested in. Forza Horizon 6, Halo will be ported to PlayStation as well. We got Gears
Camp
EA.
campaign evolved, bro. Come on. The campaign's evolved. Now they took some rocks out of the game, so it's different.
Yeah, so we'll get more into that one a little bit later when we get into the final subject that I have planned as like the big one. But next up, speaking of AI, I wanted to bring this story up here too. If you could kind of here, let me link you this article so you can read it better.
Yeah, sure thing. Actually, I
Um,
can just zoom in here.
yeah, I'll also link it there too. I gotta go use the bathroom real quick, but if you could read this, because I actually read this article and could read
Yeah,
it to the
sure.
fans.
Sure thing. Alrighty, everybody. Let's take a gander at this one right here. We have a article here from Games Radar, and it says Arc Raiders devs don't use generative AI. CCO says AI text to speech is used to help make rich worlds while keeping the studio small, but there's no end goal in replacing any actors. All right, so let's read through this here. Embark Studios CCO and co-founder Stefan Strandberg has clarified that the developer didn't use generative AI when making most of its soon-to-be hit extraction shooter Arc Raiders. And the only AI tech that was used during the development was for text-to-speech voices. Arc Raiders came out on everything except for Switch, and is swinging out of the gates with a boatload of hype. Its first ever server slam test attracted thousands of concurrent players and a strong word of mouth, but one specific controversy has dampened the otherwise exciting launch. Over the last couple of weeks, some online fans have posted clips accusing the developer of trying to replace voice actors based on voice lines that were allegedly generated by AI. Back in 2023, developers confirmed AI text to speech had been used in the studio's previous shooter, The Finals, adding more smoke to the fire in this instance. Now, speaking with Games Radar, Strandberg confirmed that Arc Raiders does indeed include about as much AI content as The Finals. We use a combination of recordings of real actors and TTS, he explains, so that's true for this game as well. Strandberg also tries to alleviate fears that the studio is working to swap human talent for AI tech, however, promising that there's no end goal in replacing any actors because there's something fantastical that happens when you bring real actors in and they are contributing to the lore as well of this game world. Yeah, that's kind of that's a bit crazy here, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's that's interesting. I this is really interesting because I actually didn't know that the finals was using AI, and it's I would have a hard time trying to pick up where it was.
I think they said it was for the announcers, like the people. Like I haven't played the finals, but like there's like an overall announcer, and I think they said
Yeah,
that was like the AI that they were using.
really.
Yeah,
It does. I played a good bit of the finals. I wouldn't have ever picked up on it if it hadn't have been said. Like that's insane. Whatever they did it very well. They used it very well. Um, yeah, using AI to like AI is a good tool, and this is how I've always felt about this. AI is a good tool. It can't be the only tool.
right, and that's what it feels like too. Because I did you read this final part? AI text to speech. Did you read this final one here?
No, I can read this out right now if
Yeah,
you
I
want
feel like
here.
this will kind of bring it all home real quickly too.
Mhm.
What for what he's saying here.
AI text-to-speech is instead what Strandberg calls a studio strategy to punch above its weight. We are trying to maximize what we can, being a small team, trying to make make rich worlds right. Okay, but still staying small. But we don't use generative AI in other domains across the game, he added. That's understandable because, again, they are a small studio. These are all a bunch of former Dice devs.
Right.
Um, so, and again, they're trying to put out a really high quality game with very limited resources, which can be tough. It can be, especially in the shooter category, right?
Yeah.
I think something like Expedition 33, also a small studio, punching above its weight, trying to put out something high quality. It's a little bit different than a shooter. I think there's a little bit. I'm not to say that Expedition 33's gameplay is not complex, because it is. I don't. It just doesn't seem to me as complex to be working on, because there's so many factors you have to deal with, like split second things going on, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
with Expedition 33, there is a lot that is turn based, so there is an advantage there where I
It's a
think
slower
there's
pace.
just less moving parts to go wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I can't blame them for using a little bit of AI. Uh, Again, they're still using actual people.
Mm-hmm.
They're just now using a little bit of AI to touch up stuff. I think that's understandable. I don't know. What do you think about this?
So I actually, the only reason I heard about this was I was listening to another gaming news podcast, and they kind of like just made this like a throwaway comment actually, and I didn't know about this either, like you. So that's why I kind of brought this up, because I must have missed this. My view on AI is that I think I said like people who do concept art might get the most fucked out of all of them, because it seems like a lot of these people kind of are saying like they're using AI as like a crutch for like a lot of the busy work to help save time and money, especially when they're like these smaller studios, like he's saying. And to be honest with you, it is kind of helpful to have like a prompt, I guess you could say. You go into like your AI, and like you could create your own kind of like, concept art, like let's just say Master Chief fucking a coconut or something like that, all right? And then it's like you got it popped up, and then you got the fucked up looking AI version where he's got like 17 toes and stuff like that. And then you just pass it on to like your art group and stuff like that, and really just kind of have them refine it, hammer it out, and everything else like that. If you can't find like a voice actor that fits your budget, or you're maybe running into issues like the guy sounds cringe, right? Let's just be honest. Like, I wish Sega would do this and replace Yang Ye and just get someone better for Kiryu. I think that would be more acceptable, and we would all agree. But
Or all AI becomes Yang Ye.
oh no, don't say that.
It's gonna happen.
But I don't want that to happen. Everyone's Yang Ye, just mid gaming takes and getting bullied by Jason Schreier until you eventually become Jason Schreier, like weaker.
It's gonna be fantastic. This is the brave new world that we're living in. It's Yang Ye's world, and we're
Oh,
all just here along for the ride.
oh God. But getting back to like the main point, I think Ando also kind of has a point here. AI has problems and concerns, but man, some people really making it a boogeyman. I feel like I said this before with modern technology. There's always going to be people who get phased out, replaced, or their job titles will change and adapt. One thing I would like to say to people is we always worry about the problem, but we never know what the solution or the offset or like how it evolves around it will be. Generally speaking, I think AI is definitely boomer fodder. Like the boomers are not taking the AI stuff very well; they're falling for it pretty badly. But generally speaking, I think we could see in the future a lot more good stuff come out, because I feel like a lot of things that have been hurting people is necessarily having talent, and they could get their ideas faster into a concept phase and kind of into a kind of playable demo, and then they could go out and have more of a solid thing to get the talent that they need to help get it across the finish line. Because I don't think AI could necessarily make something perfect by itself at all. If we've seen like with some of the weirdos online that have made their own anti-woke video games, and it's just AI slop, you know, like
Yeah, or like the Andy Pants gaming thing where it had actual like CP in it or some shit.
yeah, it's just
Because he left it up to AI. Yeah, there definitely are problems with AI, but I look, if it makes something better, I'm all for it.
exactly.
I don't think AI will ever get to the point where it can fully create something that's on the scale as somebody like a team of people, right? I think if you
Hmm.
took the Expedition 33 team, told them to create a brand new game, and then told an AI to create a brand new game, I I have total confidence that the team behind Expedition 33 will make a better game. Now, if they use it as a tool to make a better game that's also quicker to make, that's cool too. It also allows them to put out more games. If part of
Yes.
the process is streamlined, and we've been seeing this as a trend for so long now of games just taking forever to come out, and it's ridiculous. If you can cut down some of the development time, that's good. As well as, I think in the long run, it could benefit the studios because you don't have to start laying people off because you're going to be able to quickly develop games. Like
Yes.
you're not having this time where it's like, oh, okay, now we need to lay off like 30 people, 40 people
Right.
because we're at the end of our development and now it's going to be like, another 2 years of the creative process where you don't need most of these people for.
And,
So if you can streamline stuff, that helps.
and I also pointed this out last night when I was doing the Doom show, and every time we do like a legacy loading episode, all these studios were pumping out like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sequels, you know, in like a year to 2 year dev time and stuff like that back in the day. If you could have a process now where you can have 125 people studio, and you can have them split up into 3 or 4 teams to help pump out like 2 to 3 games, every year, kind of like what we were seeing with Obsidian do this year. Um, it would help bring down the game budgets because now you don't have to spend, you know, X amount of years now off of the dev time. And with that saved time, you can put out more products. So that means more things for sale, more eyes on it. And depending on how talented that studio is, you could get like a lot more bangers and revenue and just money off of it. There is always a catch 22, like you've been saying, with everything. But anything that can help stabilize a game, anything that can help put out a game, anything that can help free up a lot of like these issues that we see with like, frame rates, how it runs, how it performs, and stuff like that. I think it's a good thing overall, but at the same time, you know, it's always a worrisome thing when something new comes into industry. Is it Y2K? Are the machines going to take us over? We'll see. But that's kind of like all I have to say.
I hope so, and I hope that Young Ye becomes the master of the machines, and I become a cog in the wheel of the grand machine of society or something. I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know.
but that's all I got for that one. As everyone knows, Amazon just also laid off 14,000 people across its
Yep.
entire company. Actually, the most hardest hit of them was the video game division, ironically enough. We also got news from the New World that this will be the last update that you get, and then after that, the game is going to go bye-bye. You can no longer buy New World on Steam, too, as of posting of this article.
Yeah.
So, I never played New World. Have you?
No, I remember when it was melting people's GPUs though at launch. That was pretty funny. I guess not if it was your GPU. Yeah, it really seems like Amazon has had just a misfire in the gaming, um, into gaming, and I mean, just like Google, to less of extent, because New World actually did gain a pretty good, sizable fan base, whereas the
Mm-hmm.
Stadia and all that stuff with Google was just DOA. But yeah, it really does seem like it's just been kind of a flop. Like, what does Amazon really have? They have Luna, which is
Yeah.
like a semi competitor to Game Pass. It's like a half hearted one.
And they also got
And
Twitch. That's really like the big thing too. But even Twitch is not
well,
making money.
well, Twitch has had a couple layoffs too. So
Yeah.
it's and again, Twitch is like gaming related, but it's not actual like the part of the gaming industry.
Mm,
Um and with Twitch, the real reason they bought it was so they could get the web player, so
right.
they could use it for Prime Video. And I think they just kind of forgot Twitch existed. I like to think that like Twitch is like in some sort of basement in Seattle in the headquarters of Amazon, like tucked away like Milton at the end of Office Space with a stapler. That's
Mm-mm-mm.
Twitch to me. Um, no, it's sad to see that it's just done. Like, it's literally they just hit their like 4-year anniversary with the game, and now it's done, which is a shame. Because I know a lot of people really wanted to see this become like a really good MMO, because the MMO side of things is kind of stale lately. I think
Yeah.
is the nicest way to put it. So I
It's a
think a
lot of
lot of people.
money too. Sorry to
It
cut you off.
is. It is. No, you're 100% right, man. The amount of cost that there is just for the memberships, it's. I mean, people complain about Game Pass. Holy shit! You should be complaining about World of Warcraft. At least with Game Pass, you get to play a bunch of games. With World of Warcraft, you just stuck playing that one.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, think about it too for another thing. They were going to have another MMO with the Lord of the Rings MMO that they just canceled as well too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money to maintain these servers, put it out there, and everything else like that. I think somewhere they said online with just like AI servers in America, like it was going to take up like 10% of the electrical grid coming in the future.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
it's getting
it's
so
getting
bad.
ridiculous. And again, if it's going to be that much, then you have to ask, wouldn't Amazon have to then get into power generation?
And you're seeing
And
that too. Sorry to cut you off again, but with Google and Microsoft, they said that they will build power plants to go with their AI farms.
yeah, yeah. And if you're busy building power plants and you're Amazon, why are you going to spend money uh on games, which really is not a priority? Like, Xbox is more of a priority for Microsoft than this is for Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon, it feels like they were just kind of in this for shits and giggles. Um, just kind of to say, hey, we do make games as well. Kind of like how for a while Apple TV was just kind of around to say, so like,
Exists, yeah.
yeah, so fucking what's this? Tim Cook could go to the Golden Globes or something. Like, eventually now Apple is actually really pushing forward into that space, but Amazon really never got their footing with this, which is a shame. It would have been interesting to see a major company come in with big money behind it, what they could have done. um and it floundered out of the gate and never found its footing. But I do feel bad for people who are fans of New World, because it did have not significant, but like a sizable enough fan base of people who were playing it. And now it's just gone. So
Yeah. That's kind of like all I have to really show for some news today. I wanted to kind of talk about the Remedy stuff. They just, I think, posted a 16.4 million euro loss for the last quarter between July and September, with Firebreak being a utter disaster. There's no way
yeah,
to describe it.
When we were on Gronking the other day, we looked and it was literally 7 concurrent players on Steam.
Yeah, it's terrible. And also on top of that too, this was a self-published game by Remedy. Remedy was not getting help from Epic like they did with Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2 to kind of offset some of those costs. And even then, they still went to both Sony and Microsoft and were able to work out a deal with them, and they still lost money.
Yeah.
I love Remedy. They're one of my favorite devs. I like their games. I like their style. But there's nothing wrong, I guess you could say, where it's like they tried to risk, and I don't know how much necessarily like this is a big hit to Remedy per se because it's 16.4 million, but they are a small studio, so that's a huge number. It's on a scale.
Well, it's repeated losses too, because I remember a couple, like a year or two ago, they got bailed out by Tencent.
Yeah.
Tencent came in and gave them a crap ton of money for parts of the company, basically for stock in it. And I think in this sense, it's going to be a loss for Tencent, because if Remedy starts to go under like that, I don't think it's worth the money that I don't hate Remedy. It's just, I don't think it's worth the money that people have put into it.
Right.
And there are a lot of concerns. I don't like the fact that they've loosely tried to tie in every single game they've ever made into one Alan Wake universe. I think that's a bad idea. They do the little Easter eggs, but again, I feel like, especially with like Control, where it basically is an Alan Wake spinoff, right? I think it's a bad idea. You look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft tried the same thing. It's not. Don't do it. Just have it separate. It ends up fucking with the storyline aspects of the games. This is the one thing I was really hoping for is the Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. Like, again, if this fails, I think the studio is cooked, to say the least.
I think they get a little bit of help though, because this is now a Rockstar IP too, so Rockstar is helping. But like it says here, Max Payne 1 and 2 remake could release by the end of 2026, according to Remedy's latest earning calls. Entered full production in August of 2024, so last year. It's just been in production about over a year now. Remedy expects this phase to last 1 to 2 years. During this call, Remedy said the remake is tracking towards the milestone goal, so I don't know what that means. It must be hitting some internal milestones. They also said they're hoping to double their revenue as well. I guess that's what it means.
Fiscal year of 2024.
Yeah, for
they want to double
2027.
They want to double last year's fiscal revenue by 2 years from now, which I don't. Even if this game's good, I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, and then on top of that too, here Control's in the proof of concept stage. Timeline seems to be Condor and all that other stuff. I don't know, bullshit. And Remedy acquires rights to the Control franchise in February, so they did get the rights to their own IP back again after they let it go for that one. All right. Like you said, I like Remedy. They're one of my favorite devs. I love Alan Wake. I love Control. It seems like they are really banking everything on the storyline. But the truth is, like, they make niche games, and it feels like they need to be bought out and just work under a subsidiary of some big company at this point.
Yeah, it'll probably be Epic or Tencent. My money would probably be on Tencent, because Tencent owns a sizable amount of them already.
I could see Sony too.
Sony, yes, but then Sony has to come in and probably will come in to buy out Tencent, and right now they're in a lawsuit. So I don't know how much Sony is willing to work with Tencent at the moment. They seem kind of pissed. But again, it's companies. They could change their tune
it's all business, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's just business.
Also, there's one aspect I want to bring up. This is a joke, but I blame this all on Sam Lake. He's too cringe. I'm tired of them dancing like little gay boys at the Jeff Keighley events, and that's why I hate Remedy. Jokes, no, but seriously, I do think there is an aspect of them always going around and dancing and almost parading themselves as like the prestige studio. It's like Jeff
They're
Keighley
the
loves
art
us type
kids.
of thing.
They're the art kids.
Yeah, and I do think that is off-putting to some people. I don't think it's enough to bankrupt your company, but I personally would try to cut that shit out before Max Payne comes out. Because I know there are going to be people who just are so annoyed by Remedy. They're like, I don't know. I won't check it out when it comes out. Which is a shame because it could be a really good game. It's just like one of those little things they do wrong, and if you do enough little things wrong, it adds up. So you got to go through as the CEO and be like, we're not doing dancing routine. We're not doing like an American in Paris style dancing routines, song and dance stage with like top hats and canes. We're not having Sam Lake go out there and sing Major General to promote our game. That makes no sense. It's stupid. It's a waste
Right.
of money and a waste of time. And it makes us look really retarded.
Also,
Hopefully they cut that shit out.
yeah, hopefully. A couple more notes too. I wanted to bring up. Limited Run Games had their 10-year anniversary just recently, and they had like their little announcement event of like what upcoming games they are working on with people. Some of the highlights I want to bring up here: Little Samson, very expensive. Original NES game. I think it could cost upwards of like $5,000 or something like that. That's getting a remake, and they're going to be doing the physical and publishing it too. Another game too. The physical release in the West, at least, for Onimusha 2 will also be done by Limited Run Games, as well as Goody Little Two Shoes. I don't know if you ever heard about that game. Have you ever heard of that game?
I have not.
Goody Little Two Shoes, I guess, is like a very trippy psychological horror game that kind of is more based off of like Red Riding Hood kind of feels to it.
Okay.
It got a little bit of heat from some people because it's more of a gay game. Like it is more of a lesbian focused game, but I
Okay.
hear nothing but good things about it from people that played it. But they are also getting a physical edition for it coming from Limited Run Games, as well as the Meat Canyon's Bad Cheese game also will be getting a physical as well for that too. There was a couple fun little remakes out there. A lot of Sega CD games are starting to come back. The Boxer also got announced that it will be receiving a port as well as a physical copy. And on top of that too, the Toxic Crusader game, the Capcom Arcade Stadium game also will be getting physicals from Limited Run Games. And I believe there is one more CD game. I'm trying to find it here real quick. Oh, the Scottie Pippen game as well. That will also be getting
Oh, sorry. I forgot there was a Scottie Pippen game.
yes. And over here.
Oh, that's rough.
And then over here we got Mr. Metal Shred Freak. Hi, Fernando. Meat Canyon has a game. Yes, it's called Bad Cheese. And our friend Zero said it's dog shit.
Yeah, and Scottie Pippen has a game too, so you can pick them both up.
Yes, but
My two favorite basketball players, Scottie Pippen and Meat Canyon.
yeah, also we got Ando here. This is a good one. Like how Devolver Digital Directs were unfunny 75% nostalgia critic skits and was a bit of a turnoff even if the games were good.
I found that like it was just the Devolver thing was less of a turnoff, I would say, because like it was, I don't know, it didn't just show up at like some over like zealous how do I put this? It didn't like interrupt the middle of an award show that was already crappy. It was like just kind of like it's like a video and it's easily skippable. But if you go and tune into the Nuck Nuck Awards, as I do, then you just have like Sam Lake dancing around, and it's just there's such a higher level of cringe with the Remedy stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
But Devolver does have a bit of cringe. I find it funny because it's uncomfortable, and I like shit that's cringy and uncomfortable like that. Whereas it's just the Remedy stuff is there's a layer of sadness on top of that makes it unfunny for me.
Yeah. But here we got Fear Effect 2. This is the announcement that Limited Run's doing it. But I want to share off this one trailer because we're going to start trailers now.
Yeah.
But I feel like we'll show off the best one after this. But this game was a Japanese-only game that's getting a port. And I feel people need to see this one. So here we go. Oh, better turn on the sound. I heard this one sucks. So here's the one.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, I know what Sam Lake is dressing up like for the fucking Game Awards this year.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, that was wild.
I guess I think it's called like Anarchy Workout or something like that. I forgot what the name of this is. Or hey, let's work out, the Anarchy Workout or something like that. These are like only released obviously in Japan, and you can totally tell right away that these are just a fucking fever dream of Japanese.
I like Thomas the Tank Engine showing up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But I thought this was interesting. I might pick this up and maybe stream it for the lulz. Does this look fucking wild? Yeah. So
is because I know with Limited Run they usually will try to like re-release it on the OG console as well. So they're gonna release it on the CD as well.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see for sure if they do or don't. That kind of comes down to if they will, because I know they just announced too that the Angry Video Game Nerds 8-bit edition is getting a NES port.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very cool to see how they do it with that one as well. What the hell is this? All right, next trailer.
That was fucking insane. That was wild, bro.
Well, don't worry.
Funny as fuck though.
It looks fucking wild. We should get Lethal and Moss to play it. That's all I know.
That'd be good.
All right. Next up, we got the greatest game announcement according to Mr. Cream over here.
Oh, look at it. Look at this. You know, it's legendary. Okay. It's actually painful to watch.
Stupid Flanders.
Fucking Homer's legs are way too long, bro.
You ever want to be a big banana?
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, Homer looks like he got one of those like leg stretching surgeries
Yeah, like they broke his fucking legs to make them longer.
and started pulling on them. You ever see that with those like bodybuilders now, where they're all short, so they try to get the leg surgery and then they aren't able to walk anymore?
Yeah, they fuck up their own thing because
that's what Homer's got.
Like, yeah, the Homer model is fucking weird looking, bro. Like the dude fucking has longer legs than fucking Stretch Armstrong over here. But yeah, I will say this: the opening to this, I thought it was well done. I will give them credit for that. They put a good.
And then it got real bad.
And then it quickly ran off the rails.
Yeah. Hey, maybe I'll be able to do the Bartman, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
That's really the most important part. No, it's going to be cringe, but you know what? Sometimes you got to suffer through cringe, guys. And if I have the chance to play as Ned Flanders and mow people down, I'm going to take that opportunity, okay?
Man, Shred is like over here. They're all just shooting at each other. They really do live in Illinois.
That's true.
That's pretty
true.
funny. Now
Springfield's it's scary, dude.
Now this one I thought was where'd it go? Oh, here it is. This one comes out later this month. I think there's a little bit of a preview out for it. This was made by This was also made by some former Telltale devs, and this has like a very unique gameplay mechanic as you kind of control the character through your camera. So this is called Goodnight Universe.
I came to understand I was something called a baby. I could already tell I was far smarter than any baby was meant to be. But trapped in my stupid little body, I had no way to show them who I was inside.
Like perfect little guy.
And then, the next time I blinked, I was free.
Oh, yeah, this is Goodnight Universe, and I guess the thing about this game is that you're basically a baby that can control stuff with psychological powers.
Okay. I kind of like that little twist there in the trailer. I like because it seems like it's like, oh, it's going to be one of those nice little storytelling games, and then it's like, oh no, now you got like your super baby. So I like the twist, and it'll be interesting to see what type of mechanics they pull over from when they were in Telltale.
Yeah, like
add to this.
Like I said before, they have a whole system built in where you're trying to get like reactions and do stuff with like your facial animations too. Like there is a way to play it without that, but they do have webcam integration, so you can try to make all these facial expressions because you're playing as a baby and you're trying to get people to pick you up, move you places and stuff. And the baby does have psychological powers, like I said. So like you can pick up a dog with your mind and stuff like that. Have the dog help you out by throwing like a bone or something to get the dog put out your way. But yeah, this was turned on to me by some games that are coming out in November. This was one of them, and it looked interesting. I know Gronkin and everyone tried to promote some fun, smaller indie titles. This is published by Skybound, so it is technically a nice, middle game. So wanted to throw that out there for people who may be interested in a unique and different type of game to talk about. And speaking of another indie game, this one over here is the next one. This one is called Space Chef. And
I wonder what it's about.
Yeah, this one looked interesting for people who are looking for a cozy game. Figured I'd highlight this one. So yeah, that one actually came out last week, or this week, I should say. So I wanted to give it a little shout out. It does have an art style that may not be for everyone, but I was like, this is a cute little concept. It might be something interesting to look at. So I just threw that out there just as a reminder for people. If you're looking for a more cozy game, this looks like a game my wife would play. So threw it out there for people too.
Yeah, it's definitely not my type of game, but if you enjoy that type of game, good on you. Good on you. It's I do like the part where the person is cooking up rats and feeding it to people, but that's because I'm an awful person. But no, it looks all right. Like it's the one thing about those games is they're never buggy.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. They're always off. Like I've never heard of like one of these like, cozy type of games where it's like not running optimally. Like that just never happens. So that's the one advantage of that genre, I guess.
Okay. Next up, we got the next game from the China Hero Initiative. I don't know if you saw this one, but this
No, I
is,
don't think I have.
I think it's called, Lulan the Cursed Sands over here for anyone. Let's put on sound.
That looks fucking good.
I know, right?
That looks fucking good. Yeah. Nope, that looks good.
Yeah, I think this is the first game from the China Hero Project that I've seen where I said, you know what? Now, wait a minute here. It gave me a lot of
Honestly,
vibes. Sorry, go
I
on.
think the Chinese, I'll let them take over.
This reminded me a lot of like Hades, a little bit of Diablo, and another game that I recommend to people is called Lysen Fanga, the Time Warrior. I can't really pronounce it. It's a weird one. It gave me a little bit of those vibes too. It looks good. It looks very solid. The graphics look pretty damn good as well. So
I like the kind of aspect of the sand where he's a skeleton. The sand is kind of almost like regenerating him.
yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
So this might actually be the first one that might actually be a hit that Sony found from. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I think they also helped with Black Myth Wukong as well, Sony. I think that was part of the China Hero Project.
I thought that was Tencent.
I think here, let me double check here. China Hero Project Black Myth. Black Myth the China Hero Project is PlayStation's initiative to provide funding, marketing, and development support for games made in China. Black Myth Wukong. I don't. Maybe it was a part of it. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me double check something here.
Yeah, I always thought it was Tencent that was the ones who published it.
I got a whole stuff over here. I'm just double checking to make sure.
Yep.
No, Black Myth was not one of them, but yeah, this is one of those ones.
China #1.
Yep. So that's the one over there for that one. Next up, I think this one was announced a long time ago, and it's been in development hell, but it's now been got a release date. It's called Routine. Have you ever heard about this game?
Oh, I feel like I have, but it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely has. So here's a reminder. This is a release date trailer.
Peggy 16.
So yeah, this is also going to be a day one Game Pass game, and I know it just got announced a while back. It's been development hell, but Routine coming out December 4th. A little bit of a reminder trailer for people out there who may have forgotten about that game.
Yeah, I when you said it, I was like, oh, what's that game? As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, it's a cool looking a horror game, which I'm not really the biggest like horror game fan, but it looks really cool. And it's coming out soon, like December. That's not like
a couple months.
A month
couple
away.
Months,
so, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Next up, this one is a deep dive video, and I'm gonna kind of push this one out here. So, as people know, well, let me rephrase that. As people know, there is a game coming out called Mouse PI, and it's been getting a lot of hype and stuff. They just did a 17-minute deep dive trailer of a small documentary for it. So I figured we'd cover it, and this will be the last trailer I show, and then we'll end the show with our final thoughts on a different topic I have. And here it is, right over here.
It's Fortnite again.
It's all
Fortnite. It's only Fortnite.
So here is the deep dive documentary.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
Our studio combines two worlds. We combine game dev with animation.
We wanted to make a game that looks like the cartoons that your grandparents probably watched when they were kids.
And the rest is history.
Mouse for her, for me, is unique.
They won't even know what hit them.
Surprising.
My hero!
Wacky, extraordinary.
More than just an old school shooter.
I want to say something real quick while I'm looking at it. This game looks fucking good.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
graphically?
Like I know Cuphead is also kind of based off the same type of time period cartoons, but
Yeah.
again, the difference is this is mixing like 3D graphics with 2D, and that sometimes can be a fucking struggle and a shit show. They seem to be doing a fantastic job of it. It looks really good. Yeah, it looks fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, the one thing that's really standing out to me is just how well, like, obviously these are just like pre-rendered backgrounds right here, but all the stuff kind of just blends in. It just looks so damn nice, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It's a game like I've never played before.
Are you ready for a sneak peek of what we are cooking here?
Oh boy, here we go.
My name is Maciej Krzemień. I'm the lead producer at Fumi Games. Mouse PI for Hire is an FPS game but in a very unusual setting of a cartoon. It's in 3D environment, but what's really unique is that everything you see, characters, weapons, it's drawn by hand, frame by frame. Everything you see in the game is handcrafted.
So at the beginning, we
Just how long did that take them to do all that too? In pre-production, by the way.
Holy shit, that would have taken so fucking long.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of time they would have had to put into this, and again, having to wait until Mickey Mouse is in the public domain, really, to do. I know it's not Mickey Mouse, but I think Disney would have probably caused a bit of a stir.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's they might, but not at this point. But still, like it's good timing because Steamboat Willie's in the public domain now, so that kind of happened around the time that everyone started to talk about this game. So, and I know a lot of people are really excited for this game, myself included. I want to see what they're able to come up with here because
Oh yeah, man.
Again, having to work on all those 2D assets. And then on top of that, okay, now we need to make a 3D world that these 2D assets look and feel okay in.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it looks like they're just nailing it from the aesthetic standpoint. It really comes down to like what is it when we finally get it, you know?
Yeah.
specialized in short film animations. But I always think that people should have the possibility and space to be creative. So when Michał Rostek, our art director, came to me with this great idea, I knew he was onto something.
Hi, I'm Michał Rostek. I'm the art director and lead animator. For me, this game is a great opportunity to spread with the world my passion about the RoboHouse animation. It is like part of pop culture that resonates with people all around the world.
My name is Mateusz, and I'm a lead narrative designer at Filmy Games. What excites me the most about the story of Mouse is just this sheer comedy of it, despite tackling subjects that are quite serious.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouseburg.
I'm Łukasz Błaszczyk. I'm the lead game designer for Mouse PI for Hire. What I hope that fans will learn from this video.
This guy is fucking creeping me out, bro.
Yeah, look at that face, man.
Look at that face.
Dude, he's committed several crimes.
Many
in
crimes.
the past decade. Yeah. He has some demons he's burying, dude. Some skeletons are in it. Maybe literal skeletons are in his closet.
His father worked for the SS. That's the fucking look right there.
Ooh, yeah, he's an Argentinian citizen. But that's not where his heritage is from, is it now?
No, it is not. Very, very good old, Argentinian name of Strasbourg.
Strasbourg, yes. As we all know, many German settlers in Argentina around mid-century German. Mid-century. Yeah.
No particular reason. They just like the weather.
Yeah, mid-20th century settlers from Germany.
En masse.
Post-colonized Argentina. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, we don't ask questions.
Video is that it isn't just another copy-paste of a boomer shooter. You're gonna meet NPCs, you're gonna learn the world, you're gonna find a deep, engaging story. We've designed the game around you having fun.
It feels like, from watching it though, it feels like the gameplay's like aligned with like, I want to say Fallout and like the Oblivion, Obsidian games we've been getting. Like it feels like it's in line with that a bit, probably a little bit less than those, but yeah.
I was getting BioShock a little bit.
Yeah, BioShock as well, yeah.
Give me a lot of BioShock vibe, especially with the old timiness and the feel of it too. Just like a pre-BioShock cursor, you know.
Our main goal with Mouse is that every frame of the game should look like old cartoon film from the 1930s.
A clue, a lead.
What more could a mouse detective want?
So every element of the UI or the weapons, enemies, everything is animated by hand.
One of the biggest challenges that we have to overcome is to make sure that every frame of the animation will be as close as possible to 1930s rubber hose style. Rubber hose animation is the style of animation developed in the United States in 1920s, 1930s, and the things that could be the representative of this art style is the bounce animation.
Everything bends, everything stretches and squeezes. It gives us all kinds of different things that, for example, our characters can do with their hands or legs. We're not limited by a realistic art style.
So when we consider 2D characters running around a 3D environment, that presents a challenge for designers.
So unlike the 3D characters that we can make the one model of the characters and turn him around, we need to make 6 different positions, 6 different angles for each of the characters. So front, left, side, back side, and back. So when we are
Fucking hell, this must have taken fucking forever for them.
I know.
And then having to do everything by hand, holy shit.
And then to upload it to the computer and do it again.
Jesus Christ.
Like, do you remember that episode of South Park when they were trying to create their own, like, South Park kind of cartoon? And they were going over the animation, and it was just the animators letting you know that it fucking sucks ass to make an episode of South Park. Because they had to keep doing, like, the mouth and removing it and doing it. And they were like, what frame are we on? We're barely through Merry Christmas. And they're like, ah.
That's fucking hilarious, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on them, man. This is probably, if there's an award for most effort put into a game, this one fucking easily wins it.
Oh, without a doubt.
through the 3D environment, we can see the character who is flat and turn him around. And the final result of this is a lot of drawings to do.
With 2D, every single change I, as a designer, make to the game balance, that causes a...
Oh, did you see the vein on that guy's forehead?
Dude, he's got, like, steroid vein in his brain. He's like fucking... What's his face? From fucking Marvel,
With
dude.
2D, every single change...
Look at that vein, bro!
He looks like fucking MODOK. Like, his
God.
head's so fucking huge. And then go forward. His head's way bigger than the rest of his body. It's not proportionate.
Yeah, right.
Look at it.
Oh my god!
It's not right.
Dude, he looks like the aliens from Mars Attacks. That's what he looks like. He looks like that fucking alien, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, he's gonna get killed. He's gonna get killed from a Slim Whitman album. Holy shit!
This is a fucking paralysis demon in human form, bro.
He's crawling up the walls, turning his head around.
Oh my god! Look at that! There's nothing. His eyes are dead. They're like a doll's eyes. There's nothing there.
Like a doll's eyes. It's dead eyes. There's nothing behind him. Yeah, dude, this guy is fucked,
bro.
And bad facial hair.
Oh my goodness. This guy looks like he's in between the ages of 48 and 27.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he looks like he's between the ages of 14 and 97.
You never know.
He looks like one of those. I can't tell if he's in the the 4th grade or if he's stage 4 prostate cancer at the age of 70. I can't tell.
He looks like his master is called Dracula.
Yeah,
fucking Renfield. That's what he looks like.
he looks like the henchman in like some old timey fucking crime film, dude. That's what he looks like.
He looks like a failed Nosferatu vampire.
Nosferatu if he got hair club for men.
Yeah, exactly.
I went on the Bosley, the Bosley program, and now I have hair.
Yeah. Moral of the story. Have evil masterminds that commit evil deeds make video games. There you go.
Yes, exactly. That's how we fix society.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
A avalanche of changes for the game itself. If I speed up a character, they have to redo animations. The art team loves me. One of the biggest challenges with Mouse PI for Hire was the black and white aesthetic, because usually you will use specific tricks to guide the players through certain locations. You have the well-known yellow paint that shows you where to use what.
Does he have a Pepsi tattoo on his arm?
A completely black and white game, so you have
Like
to
CM
guide
Punk?
players through light. We will often use
Oh,
typical
no,
black
does
and
he?
white on objects that...
Hold on a second here. Look right there.
Oh my god, he fucking does.
He
You know what?
does.
We're calling this guy CM Spunk.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We're roasting this guy horribly.
Oh, and the thing is, we're loving his game. I mean, he did
Yeah,
a fantastic
exactly.
job, but he looks fucking weird.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, he has to understand. He can't not understand how fucking weird he looks.
Exactly. Like, look. No offense, buddy. I like your game, but it's just like it is.
I mean, you look like your grandfather was like found guilty at the Nuremberg trials, and also you look like fucked. You look like MODOK.
You look like what happens when your mom gets cursed by a gypsy.
You look like what happens when your brain swells and you don't go to the hospital, but before you die. Like that's what this guy looks like.
This guy looks like he overcame Down syndrome.
He's genetically different, dude. He broke, broke the mold. He got a second chromosome.
Oh my goodness. He defeated the extra chromosomes.
No, he just got more, so then it leveled out. Made him a fucking game dev genius, so.
Yeah. Pepsi Man after he retires from the evil company to make a mouse-based video game. There you go. I gotta get Pepsi Man one day.
Players through light. We will often use typical black and white on objects that can be moved, will be interactable, while maintaining grayscale and no outlines on objects that you can't interact with.
We want to put alive to the world through the animation elements. So on every level there will be something extraordinary and unique to see and to experience.
The world of Mouse PI for Hire is a sprawling world that we were working hard on making as believable as it can be in a rubber
Holy
hose
shit,
style.
is that
And as
Swedish
such, it is a little bit
Coffeezilla?
comedy.
Who is that? I don't get that reference.
Oh, Coffeezilla. Yeah, he's the guy who does like all the crypto scam discovery stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with this. Explain this more for everyone who might not get it.
Oh, okay, so like when let's say the Hawk Tua girl drops that Hawk Tua coin, and then it's a pump and dump scheme.
Mhm.
He's the one who goes in, and he's like the one big guy online who goes and will do reporting on it. He did a lot with the Logan Paul stuff, where Logan Paul had like the shitty South Park ripoff NFTs that he was doing, and Coffeezilla was pressing because he just basically got people to prepay for a product that never came out, and then refused to do refunds for it because he says, "Oh, the product's still coming, but nobody's working on it."
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those things. So Coffeezilla is one of those guys. But if you look at him, he looks like a Swedish Coffeezilla. It's fucking weird.
I'll have to bring this up now for reference here, so people can see it. We gotta have the comparison here.
It's close. It's oh fuck.
You know what? I can see it definitely.
Yeah.
I can see it for people out here. Let's so I can't do a side by side because
It's all right. You'll see it and you'll be like, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Here's what Coffeezilla looks like.
And that's an older photo of him too. The newer photo, like how he looks now, it's a lot thicker of a beard. It looks like he's got the same haircut and the same beard style as that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucked.
And we got last toxic male joining us saying a balding Aussie told me to come here or he wouldn't let me goon on his hat while with the Weird 8.
I gotta be honest, I don't know why you're asking for permission, bro. Just do it.
Yeah, but
Believe
welcome
in yourself.
Welcome, last toxic male. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're covering right now Mouse PI. So you joined us right at one of the best time. We were roasting one of the devs when he gets back on here.
And is a little bit serious when it needs to be. And the city that the game takes place in is called Mouseburg. It has its own unique flavor. It's a cheesy flavor, you might say.
This guy sounds like he's about to kill James Bond.
It has a cheesy flavor, Mr. Bond.
Cheesy flavor, Mr. Bond.
So, you made a game about a mouse.
That elevator.
Do I get to hit women in this game?
Oh, Monty Penny, come here, you slut. This is my James Bond film. It's gonna be great. It's just him hitting women. Come here, you fucking bitch.
99 no's and 1 yes is still a yes.
99 no's and 1 maybe is a yes to me, darling.
No means yes, yes means anal.
That sounds like a Sean Connery quote. I'm not even gonna lie. That does actually sound like. I think he said that to Barbara Walters that one time.
Yeah, make me some whiskey, Barbara. Otherwise, I won't do this interview.
Here before.
Most of the society in Mouseburg consists of mice, but there are also shrews and rats as well. But
the shrews are the Jews!
Hey, and look, they're in a town called Mouseburg.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some Nazi shit going on here.
I feel like they need a 5-0 Mouskowitz reference in this game.
Oh no! He's just there's a train.
They're poor gypsies. They're also Jews. The twist is the whole dev team are ex-villains gathering together because of their love for the mouse and base gaming.
with a society this diverse, it sometimes creates some friction.
Oh my God! There are Nazis! There are fucking Nazis!
Oh no!
They got little mouse SS logos. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Fievel's being spent. He's being sent to Mauschwitz. Fuck!
Oh my God! The mouse
no!
Oh my God!
What
they send them to the mousetrap chambers.
Not Mauschwitz?
In Mauschwitz. They go to the poison cheese chambers.
Just a rat trap.
Oh my God! It's a roach hotel. It's those sticky traps that they have. You see the mice get stuck on. Oh my God!
Oh, it's just someone fumigating.
This is great. The amount of content from this alone has been fucking amazing.
Wild.
We're not even like at the 10-minute mark yet. We're fucking so back, boys. They even got the blonde hair. They even got the fucking
God! They got the fucking comb over too.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
This is great. This is great.
And our protagonist, Jack, is put in the middle of those situations where the friction occurs, and it's up to us to solve those problems in many different ways.
Crooks beware! Detective Pepper's in the house.
So, Jack Pepper, as the title says, he's a private investigator. He's a war veteran, and he has his own scars. He has his way of extracting information, and it's not always as graceful as you might expect.
Ow! What was that for? Standard procedure. Little sucker punch before questioning never killed anyone.
So, as a private investigator, Jack is approached by his clients.
And he is tasked with solving 3 different cases. Each of those cases serves a different purpose and adheres to a different trope in general noir theme.
Basically, the cases are starting points for each separate storyline that we have. Along the way, on the levels, we find some clues. Sometimes these are notes, sometimes these are physical items.
Seems I'm not the only party here.
And once we get back to Jack's office, we approach a corkboard.
And whenever
That was such an untimely place to say Jack's off is.
Yeah,
it's really
I'm still thinking about the mouse Nazis.
I can't get them out of my head.
So
I want
that's
all of them
with
as
the
action
red
figures.
line, which in our case is a gray line. And there's a
thought
chance
the
that
Nazis
it
would have
will
been the
open up a
cats,
way
but,
to move
Nope.
the case forward,
No,
to
it's
open up
mice.
next level.
There is an ethno state of mice who want to kill all the shrews. Oh my God! It writes itself.
Oh no!
It
What
writes
is it?
itself.
Oh God! They are sending Fievel to Mauschwitz, aren't they? Fuck.
Oh my goodness, no! It's the shrews. Oh my god! And did we just like kind of kill this game? Did they just like spoil it? Did we get the puns?
Did we accidentally discover the Holocaust subplot of the mouse detective LA Noir type game?
Yeah, it's the hard hitting thing. It's the shrews are stand-ins for the Jews when they were sent to the camps
in Mausberg. Sounds like
Mausberg.
Nuremberg, where there was a lot of rallies.
This is fucking amazing.
Holy shit!
This is game of the year already. It doesn't matter. I'm buying 12 copies.
I'll buy 14.
There you go. We're gonna give them to everyone.
I'll create new accounts and I'll platinum the game on Steam.
I'll do it on everything.
Every account.
Even the Switch that doesn't have it.
Yeah. I'm gonna mod my Switch to have this game. I'm gonna turn my Switch into a Steam Deck and it's gonna catch fire while I
Or open up the conversations with an NPC in the hub zone.
The hub is our home, where you start the case, where you end every case.
There are 3
Oh my god! I got another thing from that angle. You kind of
is
go back.
our home, where you start.
Like he looks like he suffers from cerebral palsy.
Yeah, he looks like whatever the fuck Ricky Berwick has. He has a lesser version of it.
He kind of reminds me of like Jimmy from South Park. I expect him to have those like little stints on the side.
Honestly, his head looks like Timmy. He looks like Timmy.
A little bit. I can see it now.
Timmy! Like his head's all inflated. He's got the same haircut. Holy fuck, he is Timmy!
Goodness gracious. This poor guy. Well, I forgot your name, buddy, but
he's a great game designer, though. Like the game looks fucking amazing. But
we love your game, bro.
So sorry.
We love your
have
game,
to
bro.
bully him.
It looks. I'm sold. We're not even halfway through this video. I'm already sold, baby.
Start the case, where you end every case.
There are 3 main areas in the hub. Jack's office, the pub called Little Big, that's run by John Brown, Jack's friend. And there's Tammy's workshop, when you can upgrade your weapons and just talk to her whenever your heart's desire.
What's up, Jack?
When you visit the Little Big pub, you can encounter 3 different NPCs. Each of them serves as a handler for a different minigame, one of which is a collectible baseball card game. You can collect cards throughout the whole world. Almost every single level has at least one hidden somewhere. And based on that, you can build your own deck of cards.
In our minigames, you can sometimes win hints, additional clues, or parts for some upgrades.
So whenever you're stuck with your current case, there's always someone to talk to in the hub.
I'm Igor.
What the fuck, dude?
Igor, not Igor.
And as soon as you have your next steps figured out, then you can go just find your car, and as soon as you interact with it, you're being transported into overworld map, through which you can traverse with a little nicely painted car and arrive at the specific destination that the case urges you to go to.
I like this. I'm not gonna lie.
Mouse Pierre for Hire has more than 10 biomes. Every single biome has
like Minecraft.
Somewhere between 1 to 4 levels in it.
Since the story is set in the noir style, we thought that every level in the game should be inspired by locations from the cartoons from that era. We want to make sure that the levels will be not only full of variety of places, but also will be as wacky, as cartoony as possible.
Well done, genius. You broke the damn air duct.
Streets is one of the earlier levels within the game. So when you first enter the level, you find complete chaos on the streets.
Don't hurt me, officer. It was just a little cheese stick on the
that's
sidewalk.
one of the shrews.
You will see shrews getting beat up.
Oh my god, there is it! There is racial discrimination! Let's go!
Oh no! They're the black shirts! They're the fucking brown shirts!
Oh my god! This is great!
Oh god, this is horrific! Oh, the humanity!
You guys need to cover this on Grunkin. I'm sorry.
6 million shrews. Or according to Nick Fuentes, like fucking 14 or some shit. I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh.
This is fucked up. This is
fucking
up,
great.
I love this. This is great. It's funny as fuck, but holy shit. I don't
didn't
think it was meant to be funny, honestly. I think they were like probably being like, let's tell a real interest. Let's have this backbone where we talk about how Nazis are bad. And meanwhile, I'm like, ha ha ha, ha, ha Mauschwitz.
Yeah. The shrews are the Jews.
Shrew equals Jew.
Bro, like, this... Come on, man. Even the fucking neo-Nazis could not have been this clever. I swear to God. This is just... This is too on the nose, even for fucking the white supremacists.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my God.
This is awesome.
This is too great.
Disappearing, and yeah, you will see how police officers aren't really there to protect anyone anymore.
That was a
Dog shooter simulator.
Your goal on the streets level is to enter the police station and find out what's going on.
This might be Vex's new game, according to...
Yeah, we gotta tell her about all the shrews and the train cars.
The eugenics simulator.
On to the larger population of Mausberg itself. There are enemies running around left and right. You will fight enemies that you haven't seen before, especially in the previous parts of the game.
Here's Jacko.
You will have cops that use batons and try to pacify you with them. So enemies.
I like how he uses the word
enemies.
pacify.
Before that, the previous levels were more
just like they're
toned
gonna
down when it
pacify
comes
the
to
shrews in
types of
this
encounters and the
Yeah,
amount
exactly.
of enemies you encounter. And this time, when they will come at you with everything they have.
It's pretty difficult to be a one-man army and the single hero who saves the day, even in a cartoon world. So we want the game to be challenging but fair at the same time.
Where the hell did those lunatics crawl out from?
I'm taking a small amount of specific enemies, like melee enemies, ranged enemies, tank enemies, and those are initially presented to you as the player to deal with, learn how they behave, learn what to expect, and then we add twists, what we call modifiers.
There's a stealthy part in this game where you
gotta sneak through the holes as well in the wall, the little like... Oh no, it's all bad.
Hello there, Jack Pepper. Are there shrews under these floorboards?
Tell me, have you been harboring any shrews? I don't know why all my voices are gay, but I just...
All Germans are kind of gay, so...
Yeah, they are. They really like shit porn, too. They're
Yeah.
weird people.
Shit porn and fucking chickens.
If it wasn't for the if they hadn't have done what they did to the shrews, we probably wouldn't have to deal with that. Maybe it's still the chicken part. I'm not sure.
Maybe the chicken part. That still is like one of the worst things ever I've seen in my life. Thank you, Opie and Anthony.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. You know what else was terrible? This happened to my wife. Kind of offset here, but she's got a new coworker, and she is from a lesser developed world, and she was showing my wife beheading videos at work.
Whoa, fucking what?
I know, right?
How does that come up? How do you?
She thought it was funny. That's why.
Oh no.
So my wife is like a normie. Like I have like the closest thing to like fuck.
Oh, that's even worse. Like if it was, like I could at least find some like something funny, not the actual video itself, but the fact that somebody would want to show me the video is inherently kind of weird, funny. If you're a normie, holy shit.
Yeah, my wife is a very go with the flow type of person. So it's like she didn't like go insane about it, but she's like, oh my god, why would you show me this? Especially at work.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly. Like
how as an HR person would you fucking deal with that? Would you be like, you fucking what?
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, like when we were really slow at work, we were watching like work accident videos and stuff like that.
Oh,
my job. That's like a normal guy thing, but for her,
I always remember the compilation of basketball injuries.
Oh, those are horrible.
It's just like a guy goes up for a layup and you go, hot!
No, the worst one we saw was like a guy, like a Chinese guy, get turned into like wire because he got caught in one of those spools.
Yeah.
And he was just like spinning at full speed, like whack, whack, whack on his head on the floor.
I remember seeing those, but mine were the ones where it was like just a dude with a broken leg. Where I'm like, all right, he'll survive.
Yeah,
that one I can laugh at. The other ones I'm like, I feel bad.
Yeah. All right, we got like 6 minutes.
So a tank that you've encountered previously that charged on you and you learned to dodge it when it's charging might now also enable a force field around itself that you need to figure out how to deal with. And these modifiers keep it fresh while maintaining the feeling of familiarity when it comes to specific enemies.
Some of the characters are slim and they're moving faster to us. Some of the characters are bigger and they need to stomp around. We need to have the different approach to the characters because it changes the gameplay.
So it's not just the basic type of enemy, you'll also encounter bigger enemies, larger enemies, more complex enemies, like one that we've already shown, the Vicatore, or the alligator as it was nicknamed. And you might also encounter my favorite boss enemy, which is the third wife.
Holy shit, that looks cool.
Once you encounter a specific enemy, you would want to choose a specific weapon.
We have a standard roster of weapons, so you get a pistol. Obviously, you have a shotgun, a Tommy gun. But since it's a cartoon world, there is a freeze gun.
With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time.
There is what we call a conscious gun, which is basically a brain in a jar attached to a weapon.
With our device at hand, making friends becomes mind.
This just seems fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, this seems like they were having a fucking blast when they were coming up with this shit.
Man, it looks. I'm excited to get my hands on this game.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Like I thought it was interesting before, but watching this deep dive, because usually with deep dives, I'm like, just tell me less. Let me play the game. With this, because there was so little I knew about going into it, now I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I want this game.
Yeah, especially because we found out there's like mouse Nazis. So
well, that really was the part that sold me, was the fact that I can reenact mid-century Germany, but. Besides that part, it's really interesting.
I wonder if they'll have like a mouse version of Hitler do a beer hall push or something. That'd be fucking wild.
Yeah, Mittler.
The cartoon cannon, it's a cannon. So what do you expect?
Sometimes you knock. Sometimes you knock it down.
The alt fire mode, on the other hand, it will allow you to use that loaded cannonball in the weapon, smash it into pieces, and fire a burst of smaller projectiles if you want to deal with more enemies at the same time.
Weapons in the game will also be upgradable.
There's a progression path you can follow as a player, so it's not just I gain the weapon and that's it. I can also improve it. I'll gain additional firing modes to that weapon. So every single weapon that you encounter as a player or unlock as a player should feel fresh, not a copy-paste of something you already found. So our approach was to give every single weapon a feeling of that's a perfect weapon for that specific enemy. However, how we designed it and how players use it might be a completely different scenarios.
You need to feel like you actually deal a lot of damage. So we managed to achieve that both animation-wise and sound-wise. We understand that what players feel, it's always a blend of what you see and what you hear on screen, right? So obviously the first and the most important part was to make sure that the sound design properly accompanies the gunplay. So we have to balance our sound effects to sound pretty oomphy in a kind of way. You need to feel like you're shooting someone in the face sometimes, right? We also need to make sure that the music in game sounds like the old cartoons that we refer to. So what we did, and it's actually a feature that we are really proud of, is we added a couple of different distortion filters to the sound in the game that you can choose from. Starting with a filter that sounds like very early wax cylinder recordings with a heavy distortion. You can choose...
That is so cool. And
that's a
really
lot
cool.
of effort to go through.
Mm-hmm. Especially because I think, like I say, sound design is one of those things that I don't think people respect as much in games. But to see that extra added layer of detail, like the autistic level of fucking, you know, lengths
Yeah,
they're
this
going
this
there.
sounds like an Edison wax cylinder. Like there's no fucking game that is doing that. That's a first, I would say.
That's
Yeah.
pretty fucking wild.
To use a filter that resembles, say, 1930s/1940s vinyl.
Yeah, you're right, Toxic. It's fucking looks fucking great.
Yeah.
Records. Obviously, if you want your sound in mouse to be crispy clean, that's fine. You can opt to do that. So we want the players to be able to customize their sound experience to an extent, which is pretty cool because it does change how it feels.
From the beginning, I knew that this game is like no other.
It's handcrafted entertainment full of love, made for real people, by real people, which is amazing.
Yeah, not
We
like
just
the
want to
shrews.
give the players this fascinating world that is outlandish and
Oh, a little
relatable at the
Metropolis
same time.
reference there. That's
The whole game as a package is exciting because every little detail that we work on across every team just makes something unique.
I'm most proud of the team that's building the game and the boundaries that they cross every single week, every single month. I know it sounds cheesy, but we create something that is truly a human experience in a world inhabited by mice.
When you are a creator, you always want people to enjoy the work that you do. So it was really outstanding for me that this idea resonates with all variety of people.
I can't wait to see how players are enjoying it, what they're doing with the game, and seeing the creative fluids that we've put into the project go beyond that.
We showed you a lot today, but there's definitely more where that came from. So now it's time to step out of your office, gather some clues, connect the dots, and save Mouseburg, because right now you're the city's only hope.
March 19th next year. Wow, that's
I
great.
have a sneaking suspicion that might be my game of the year for next year.
I have a sneaky suspicion that it's going to if everything turns out as good as what they're showing here, like this could be a surprise game
Big
out of
hit of
nowhere.
the year.
Yeah.
Well, especially with next year, if we do actually get a Half-Life 3, we will get GTA next year.
Well, it's a
whether
crowded
it's
year.
Yeah, that might be a game, and that's releasing a little bit before GTA, I think. So
It's
I mean,
releasing just at a good time, I think, before a lot of major
Yeah.
hits come out.
Yeah, and in between, like Resident Evil, like it's a big year next year. We talked
Mhm.
about how big this year was going to be, and a lot of it was because of GTA, and Black Ops 7.
Yeah.
That was there was a lot of that, but then Battlefield got moved up to this year when it was supposed to be next year. Half-Life got pushed back. Yeah, I mean, it's we've had a pretty good run. Don't let anyone tell you that gaming is just shit right now, because there's so much good stuff.
Well, yeah,
That's a prime example.
Just think about next year off the top of my head. This is what I can remember off the top of my head. We're gonna get a new Onimusha next year. We're gonna get a new Monster Hunter game next year. We're getting this game. We're getting a Resident Evil game next year. We're probably getting Fable. We're getting Forza Horizon. We're getting Call of Duty, obviously GTA 6. Halo is gonna get ported. E-Day sounds like that's also coming out next year. We know that it looks like maybe Intergalactic, the new Naughty Dog IP. There's some news that came out about that they're like on the final phase of localization for that too. We got Housemarque's new video game that's coming out next year that looks like another good installment of like a Returnal, like a good kind of follow up to that. That's 12 games I could just think of off the top of my head, you know.
And that's not even including possibly Half-Life 3, which That's a fucking big. I mean, if we get Half-Life 3 and GTA 6 in the same year, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And you know,
Because apparently the game has been developed. They're working on getting something ready. So who knows when we're gonna actually get that, right?
yeah. Oh, and I also forgot. We're also getting Stranger in Paradise or Stranger Than Fiction or Stranger Than Heaven. Sorry, that new game by the Yakuza Studios.
Yeah.
And we're also getting Yakuza Kiwami 3 as well next year.
Yeah.
So,
And how many other indie games that we will just blow the fuck up and we don't even either know about right now or we just kind of are forgetting about. There's so much. It's going to be a really good year again. We've been on a pretty good run, I think, since last 2023 was a rough year. There was still good stuff. There's always good stuff, but 2024 really started to like. It's like, oh, okay, we're getting a lot better of a ratio of good to bad. This year was really good, and next year might actually be better. So
it might be if all these games come out and they hit. I'm going to say this right now. If they all come out and they hit, Wolverine! I forgot Wolverine next year too.
Yeah, Wolverine will be big. That's the one I'm most worried about.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, it's still going to be a big game. But
yeah, well, let's just listen to all those games we just listed, man. That we're almost at 20, and like there's so many great games. Obviously, we just forgot about in that thing just from the rigmarole of like gaming news, and you know, like the Game Awards is coming up. You are going to get a lot more announcements there too.
Yeah.
And dude, next year it's like if you can't find anything to play, I don't know what to say, man. I think the hobby left you behind if you can't find anything.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, that's true. Like there's well, I don't hate to say it. I'm happy we have good stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm not gonna name names, but there's a lot of people. I think even some normies who are like, "Oh, everything sucks, everything," and it's like, no. I think gaming's in a lot better position than some other hobbies. And there's constantly good stuff, and we don't know, man. There could be a one dev game off of fucking Unity that ends up being a surprise sleeper hit. So you never know. Like Balatro came out of fucking nowhere in 2024. It felt like.
Shout out Canadian dev too, by the way.
Yeah, they are. That's kind of funny. Government funding, I guess.
They did it, boys.
We did it. The government finally did something. I'm glad my tax money went towards Balatro. I actually am. I'd rather it go to Balatro than the roads. Fuck the roads.
Exactly.
We don't need more roads anyways. I can walk.
But yeah, no, it's just like I said. Watching that is just like that was a lot more vagueness, but also a lot of information at the same time that I really did enjoy.
Yeah, they talked about stuff, but they didn't show everything, and I like that.
Yeah,
they showed just enough to pique your interest, and not enough to then be like, "Well, I've already seen it."
Yeah. Oh fuck! I also forgot we got a new Fire Emblem coming next year too for the Switch and everything too.
Fuck, we do, don't we?
Yeah, like they just announced that for next year. Oh my god, dude! I'm not doing a gaming challenge next year. I'm going to be too busy playing games.
That's your gaming challenge is to play half of the things you want to play. Next year.
Exactly.
That's
to play
the challenge.
A shit ton of games. But yeah, that mouse thing. I think I'll skip the thing for this week. I'll change the title, but we'll talk about it next week. We'll save that for another day. But yeah, man, this was a fun episode. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
So why don't you give yourself a little plug and so on and so forth, and we'll start to get this on the way out.
Well, you can find me over on Gronking Gaming every weekday. We do stuff over there, and we're always talking about gaming news and all that stuff. I have a wrestling channel. If you're into that, it's Pin Down. It's pretty easy to find. Just search up Pin Down on YouTube, and it comes up. We just broke 100 subs a little while ago, so yeah, We usually do a show on Saturdays. We're changing the time permanently, so we're figuring it out. But there's a lot of fun stuff that we're planning with that as well. So if you like wrestling, if you want to hear a shit talk AEW and WWE, and also talk about how much we like certain stuff from AEW and WWE at the same time, go over there and check that out. And I will either be crying tears of joy tonight or tears of pain, so depending on if the Blue Jays win or lose. So that's my plans for the evening.
All right, fair enough. I have linked to his 2 channels right there. Also to your other Cream channel, where we did a 5-hour cope session.
I have too many things going on the internet. I honestly need to cut back. No, I'm just kidding.
But I will link the pin down to the show notes for everyone who hasn't seen it or yet. But I also have in the show description a link to his other YouTube channel. So go click there and give this guy a sub. And if you want to watch us cope and seethe and dilate about Smash JT, cope and seethe and dilate, by all means, check that out.
We dilated him while he was dilating already. So there's a lot of dilation.
I had an aneurysm at least a few times listening to him talk.
That was almost 6 hours of pure pain.
Yes. I don't know how I made it through it. I know how you guys did it. Vex was like fucking excited as shit. I fucking think that's the only way she gets her fucking walls lubed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Pain.
No, you know what? I think part of me died that night listening to Smash JT talk, and I don't know if he'll ever come back, but I pray every day that it does. I lost part of my humanity listening to that rat boy talk.
Yeah.
No,
I don't disagree. But yeah, thank you for coming on, man. Really did appreciate it. Gotta get you back on again in the future, because I like doing these type of shows. I think they're my wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's thank you again for having me on. This was a lot of fun to talk about a lot of these games coming up, a lot of information. The most PI thing was fucking insane.
Yeah, man.
We called the Nazi arc before it even happened. That was pretty wild. Yeah.
That was too great. I love that so much about just like, there's no way this is happening. And they're like, oh, it is happening.
Literally, like, as soon as we were like, oh, yeah, there's no way it's Nazi stuff.
That was too on the nose, right? But thank you again for coming on. Really do appreciate it. As for me, everyone, if you can, please leave a like and a comment on this stream. Really helps. A small sacrifice to the algorithm gods. Let them know I exist and get more people out here. Just as a reminder, too, I do have an unboxing video of the Yakuza 0 and Kiwami limited editions from Limited Run Games. If you want to check that out, it's been doing decent numbers. I'll say that much. Been okay for me, at least. You know, I'm not breaking the bank, but if you want to check it out, see what's inside, by all means, I appreciate that, and also leave a like on that video. As for next week, November, I've decided will be Xbox month. So there's going to be a lot of Xbox related things. Next week, we're going to be doing a few episodes of Legacy Loading. One of them will be dedicated to the original Xbox when it launched, and it will be dedicated to showing off all the people that worked on it and other stuff. So that will be another episode of G4 Icons. All these dates and stuff will be listed, and the guests on Sunday once I get them all finalized. After that, also next week, we're going to be doing another video about video games and military service, as there is a documentary about that for the early 2000s. So we will be sitting down talking about that. And we will be doing an episode covering Mega Man as well next week. So if you're interested to learn more about Rockman, as he's called in Japan, and Keiji Inafune before he fucked over Capcom, that would be probably a wise one to stop by and say hi to. And then, of course, Friday we will be back with our regular time where we'll be doing our gaming updates and all that goodness all over again this week. So if you enjoyed this one, come back next Friday. We got another one lined up. So with that being said, everyone, have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy your night. Hopefully the Blue Jays win for you, Cream. If not, It is what it is. There's always next year.
I'm fucking hoping. No, because we're gonna get a fucking lockout, and then we're gonna get screwed. I know it. It's now or never, boys.
So, everyone, thank you for joining us. This was very fun.